surprise by surprise, huh?
Oh, man, I hit myself right in the face with my microphone.
Oh, we're a disaster this morning. Everything is...
I didn't know we were live.
Oh, my God.
Learn didn't know we were live. Rafe hit himself in the face with a microphone.
What is
Really
happening?
hard.
We were in the middle of a sentence. Learn and I were in the middle of a conversation. She was in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, she's not talking fast enough. And I put my headphones in.
Well, guys, here we are. It's
Here we
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Let's make this happen. I tell you what, now in my life, I think officially the most paranoid person in the world is sitting in front of me.
Okay, you know what? Yes. I'm small. I am paranoid all the time. This just comes with the territory of my life.
So she walks in.
What happened?
No, I say, my normal, hey, good morning, how are you? And you had a look on your face that was of concern.
Uh-huh.
And I said, is everything okay? And you said, there are two people at the ATM at 4:30 in the morning. Something's up. What?
Something's
man.
up.
Man, they're probably getting
A
money
man and a
or something
woman.
Weird.
I want
don't know,
you to know.
crazy, right? They may be just getting money.
And no vehicle.
Hate that
right?
kind of
No,
stuff.
there was a vehicle.
Oh, there was.
Oh, in a... Whoa.
Hey, let me
Was
tell
it
you what
turned
I
on?
saw. Let me tell you from my... The parking lot is empty. One vehicle at the bank over here. Okay? I see a man and a woman, Caucasian. They are getting money out of the... They're standing at the ATM. Honestly, I don't even know if they were getting money out of it. They
Can you
could have
draw
been
a picture for us?
Yes, an amateur sketch.
Blue eyes, some
I-
college.
Eyes and a smile.
I do what I do, which is I take a lap in my car. I drive around.
Because that's not shady.
Because here...
You roll down the window, and you look at them, and you put two fingers towards your eyes, and then you point your two fingers towards them, and then you give them the middle finger. And
I
drive
want
away.
people to know that I'm here too.
You're doing the
okay?
security
I think
lap.
you pulling into the lot shows that you're here.
Well,
you-
I do my little lap, my little woo. I park. I sit. I'm gathering my things, like my gun. I watch what's going on. I'm looking to see if this man is making this woman get out money. Okay, because
God.
I'm going to
And
call the
fact
cops.
that you jump to that conclusion is wild.
Dude.
I wouldn't think that in a million years. You know what I would think? Oh, two people getting money from
At
the ATM.
4:30 in the morning.
Maybe they need money for 4:30 in the morning.
I wouldn't feel safe getting
Donuts.
money out at 4:30
Donuts,
in the
cash
morning.
only.
Hold on.
The casino.
And I also wouldn't feel like I would be this lucky to see something that cool.
Who was at the ATM?
A man and a
A
woman.
man and a woman.
Time out. Who was actually taking money out of the ATM?
Honestly, it looked like the woman.
It looked like, or it was the woman?
I couldn't really. I couldn't get all up. I wasn't
So
as
she
on
She
it.
was robbed.
We do not have this information.
We
you
don't
just
have
saw
that
two
information.
people standing together at an ATM.
Yes, little suspicious.
What
Little
if you
sus.
find out? What if we find out that she's right?
Yeah. What if
Good.
this woman was kidnapped?
She's not right.
And this little dude
You're not
was like, "Give me your money."
You're not right.
What if you found out they were doing a nightly deposit and they were both managers of the same restaurant that just closed or something?
I mean, I would love to know
or
that.
just taking out money because they're on their way somewhere.
The only thing you're missing is a little orange light, and you
They're trying to...
magnet, put it up on
It took
on your,
everything in me
car.
not to roll down my window and go, "Is everything okay?"
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man,
But I parked. I minded my own business. I don't know if that woman's okay. She looked
You're
fine.
still thinking about it.
I am. I don't know.
Even if I didn't bring it up, you'd still be thinking about it.
I would.
Well, good
You'd
for
be
you.
scanning the
Thanks, Ray.
STL Today website.
I would.
Looking for...
Man on the loose.
I'm glad you're that observant this early
Man
in the
makes a
morning.
woman withdraw
360.
life savings.
I might as well have a
Pretty
surveillance helicopter on the roof of my forehead. Like,
like it.
I'm the opposite today. I drove about 10 blocks past the station.
okay.
That's
You weren't
where-
paying attention?
That's where
you
my...
weren't paying attention.
Yeah, she was paying it. She was on high alert. I was on no alert.
Why am I in all of
I
that?
literally looked up, and that's exactly what happened. I
I'm
go,
at Fallon's.
I hit all, you know what it was? Is I hit all these greens on Olive, and I was so excited to hit all the greens because I always get stopped at that stupid long red
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
by
me too.
by this Phillips 66. And there was like a semi next to me, and I was cruising.
Got good
I
music
liked the
on?
song that was
Yeah,
on.
Happened.
And then I looked up, and I was like, was that Deerberg's?
Yeah.
I just passed. I was like, nah, couldn't have been. Then I get about 3 more blocks, and I'm like, oh, I'm way past the station.
somebody says maybe it was a John and a lady of the evening.
Could have
Maybe it
been.
was just somebody taking out money.
Or maybe it
Or a
was
Jane and a man
maybe
of
it
the
was a
evening.
Jill
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a man.
I was gonna
Could've
say, yeah, a Jan and a
You're going
man
to
of
pay
the
me,
evening.
baby. Look, man, I'm just saying, as a chick, I know what's going on all times. I do my thing. I have the way I come to work, I hate it. I hate everything about it. It's dark. I want to know who's hiding behind pillars.
No, I
Who
understand
do I
that.
need to attack?
I get it.
Pillars.
I get it. When I
Whatever
leave,
the things are
when I walk
downstairs.
out of the car,
Oh, okay.
when I walk out of the car, downstairs, I go, okay, I got my wallet, got my phone, got my mace, got my knife, got my grenades, got my bandolier,
Got all
my
of the weapons.
shotgun, got my bat wrapped in barbed wire, good to go.
Yeah.
Into the station.
This is Creve Coeur.
Yeah. I'll come in looking like Commando, too.
Into the station.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say you guys have all lived outside the city limits too long.
I know, right?
You guys are starting to live wild lives, wild imaginative
Right.
lives.
Oh, okay.
This all
Sorry, I
started-
still live within the city limits, Rafe.
Yeah.
This all started when we were working at Union
Yeah.
Station.
I don't
before
feel
Union
safe till I
Station
get
was-
here.
That's probably true.
I act that way when I walk out of my home, where I'm like, all right, head on a swivel, bud. What's going on out
Right.
here?
Yeah,
There's
remember,
my.
we worked downtown for a long time.
Honestly, I have a street rabbit. That's who I talk to every morning, Roger.
Cute.
Yeah, I throw him a little baby carrot every morning.
Honestly, I do have a little bit of PTSD from working down at Union Station and seeing Alan, the security
Yeah.
gate attendant,
His name
getting
was Alvin.
Alvin. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alvin. Alvin.
So you cared about him.
Yeah,
You
I cared
didn't
about
care his
Alan.
name.
Excuse
Poor
me,
guy.
Alvin.
Poor Alan.
Alvin.
It's a good name.
He got attacked. He got held up at gunpoint twice while
Yeah.
we worked
Learn.
there.
Yeah,
Let me
multiple
tell you
times.
about Alvin.
I know all
As
about
the
Alvin.
first one who was into the radio station every morning. Okay. About every 2 to 3 months, I would pull in a Union Station in the parking lot and just see red and blue lights. And I would go, oh, they got him again. They got Alvin again. And I'd walk over to the little booth and I'd say, Alvin, you okay? He'd go, oh, man, they got me again.
Got me
Yeah.
again.
Got me again.
It's terrible. And he was the sweetest guy.
He was so nice.
Sweet man. He'd sit in that booth. He was not allowed to be armed.
He was like 60.
Yeah. The last time he got robbed, you know, he would get the day off afterwards, and then he came back and he goes, "Hey, man, that guy must have been waiting because he came out of the bush 30 seconds after you talked to me." Because I was talking to him that morning, and then he said, he must have waited for you to go around the corner because when I turned to the right, he had a gun at my head. I was
That's
like,
awful.
holy smokes, man.
Terrible.
Golly.
Boy, I hope those two get money out of the ATM at 4:30. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, me too. We'll never know.
You found out that Alvin was just, when he needed a day off,
His buddies.
he was just like, hey, man,
Handed his buddy the $30.
kid's got a ball game tomorrow. Come rob me today.
Come do your
Alvin
thing.
worked the booth overnight at Union Station.
like
took
3
an
times
oath.
a week. When
Yeah,
he wouldn't
he
work,
took
it
an
was
oath.
bad.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
doing
you're
that.
right.
We had a buddy get his get a
I forgot about the thin blue line of the toll booth worker.
Yeah. The little guard shack.
We had a buddy get a gun pulled on his face down in the courtyard down there too. Remember?
When was this?
That was probably 2 months after Alvin got robbed that one time.
Was it somebody that worked for the station?
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yes, it was.
I don't remember the story.
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll remind
I'll
you.
tell you all about it.
He came around the corner and somebody thought he was somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
yeah.
gun in his face.
And I almost don't blame him.
Did you guys ever?
There were people living in the dumpster in the back.
Oh, I know. My car almost got stolen the one time. Did you guys ever have your plates stolen while you're parking down at MS?
Oh,
I had a
Jeff
sticker
had his
peeled.
whole car stolen.
Yeah.
They stole his Jeep Liberty.
I was driving the Keishi Hummer, and it was parked back there because you had to plug it in. It's one of those Desert Storm Hummers. And I was coming back from like a casino remote at like 2 a.m. And I hated this because you're under the bridge
overpass,
there.
yeah.
And I get back there. There's a kid. He's pulling off my plates to my Malibu at the time. The cops are already there, thank God. This kid was so young, and I'm like, oh. And I said, this is my car, and I had to like press charges on this kid and stuff. Like, it was just awful, man. Like, yeah, and you never knew who was back there. There was an unhoused person who was living like near the shed.
Oh yeah,
And
With
he
the
was
mattress
cool.
on the
Like
top? Yeah, he was fine.
He was fine, but like, what a mess. So that's not what
What
we're
a
dealing
mess.
with here.
They were
Yeah, I got
wild
to come
times.
in one morning there, and the cops and everybody were in the back park because someone had jumped off the bridge and landed in a parking lot there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also, I was going to left there to go over to Soulard to an event, and I was in my car, and a group of young guys surrounded my car, and one guy showed me his gun,
Oh,
and I just kept
God.
staring at him, and they just walked off. I was like, all right.
People
thank
giving
you,
us
I don't know what
okay.
happened.
People are giving us trouble in the chat. Listen, first of all, We're not going off on downtown or none of that kind of stuff.
No.
We're talking about this one particular place. And
weird times.
What you don't
too.
remember is this was a time when Union Station was nothing. It
Go
was
ahead.
abandoned.
Go walk around downtown.
It was
okay? Tough
abandoned,
people.
and we were working
Let's
in
be
this
honest.
weird train yard hole
Right.
underneath underneath
By
the
an
highway.
abandoned movie
So
theater.
we're talking about this very
All
specific
right, idiots, go walk
zoomed-in
downtown
place.
at 3:30 in the morning. Go ahead. Let's see what happens.
Oh my God.
Morons.
Anyway, very happy to be in
Go
Green
ahead.
Corps. Very happy for those people that got $100 out this morning at 4:30 for some ungodly reason. Happy to be here, everybody. Woo!
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead. Go walk downtown. At 3:30 in the morning. Go ahead. Report back.
And not even downtown. Go in the crevices, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was a
Like,
guy
weird
living in the
sketchy
dumpster in the back.
Right. There was there were needles in the. I mean, it's the city. It's the you got to be
I'm
smart.
just telling you what I saw.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you drove down there, red lights and stop signs were optional.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on? You hear this national story?
Okay.
It's actually, I don't mean to, thank God everybody's okay. Veneta Park woman charged after driving for miles with husband on hood.
Oh, man. How many miles?
Veneta Park, that is, where's Veneta Park?
Veneta
It's not
Park.
That's,
far from where I think.
I mean, that's North County. I don't know, Berkeley?
Just west
Isn't it off of 170?
Just east of 170.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually by, I think, the library. That library right there.
It's close to me, right?
Yeah, it's not too far.
That's where, I mean, we do that a lot over in that area where we just drive around with people and sit in their hoods. It's
Hey,
kind of our thing.
Yeah, so it's
That is our
northeast
thing.
of Overland.
Veneta Park is known for this. Veneta Park woman charged with felony assault after allegedly driving away from an argument and traveling for several miles with her husband still on the hood of the car.
Wow.
TJ Hooker style.
Right.
St. Louis County prosecutors on Friday charged 38-year-old Stephanie Boyd with first-degree domestic assault and resisting arrest by fleeing. The courts set bond at $100,000 cash only, and she is to have no contact with the victim if released. In a news release, prosecutors said a Berkeley police investigation showed on September 28th, Boyd and her husband got into an argument at their home in Veneta Park. She then allegedly got in the car to leave and drove off with the husband on the hood. She drove towards Page Avenue onto 270.
Oh, man.
On a 270
Oh,
from
I'm sorry.
Veneta Park?
I'm sorry, 170.
Oh, I was
okay.
like, dude, that's
170.
Going for a ride.
farther than you
170.
think.
170.
Okay, yeah.
Still.
So she's down here on Page. and
She
went
drove
all the way
onto
to
Page,
all the way to 170.
towards
right here.
Page, onto 170, and she drove for almost 5 miles.
This is the front of the hood. This is not on top. This is where the engine is. That hood.
Yes.
Okay.
5 miles on Page?
Before exiting, she drove, 5 miles on 170.
On 170, north or
Golly.
south? It matters.
She got off before exiting onto Airport Road.
Okay, so we're going up this way. Okay, I'm doing the route here.
During the drive, she passed through a construction zone. She went through a construction zone
Okay, so hopefully she was going
Wow.
slower.
and drove what they're saying is recklessly with her spouse on the hood.
I mean, I
Just
kind of
driving with
He's
some-
a
I can
stud.
understand the anger and rage of a wife.
Yeah, but how strong is this guy to hold on if he said
Right.
she's driving recklessly?
Recklessly. An officer
Wow.
saw the vehicle pass him near the intersection of Airport and Whitewater Drive, attempted a traffic stop.
Wait, did I miss? What did he do?
They were just arguing.
Oh, so we don't
They-
even know what the
Something
argument
about
was?
an ATM at 4 in the
They
morning.
were arguing. They were arguing. She tried to drive off. He was like, "Baby, don't go.
Baby, don't go.
Don't go." I'm
I
assuming.
love this.
Baby, don't go.
That's my car. Maybe it was
That's
that.
probably that's probably what it was. That's my car.
There's no way she's going to drive off with me on the hood, right? Oh, no.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she was to go to the
It's like a
airport.
Kathy Bates movie or something.
So she, officer tried to stop the car near the intersection of Airport and Whitewater Drive. She didn't pull over for another half mile.
Can you imagine the police department's right around there getting call after call going, yep, somebody just passed me. There's a fella on the hood.
I'm also imagining the guy after he sees a police officer going, "Oh, thank God, she's going to stop." No,
She kept going.
she kept going for another half mile.
Must have been big indiscretion.
Holy smokes, man. Can you imagine
Man.
being on a on the hood of a car on a highway? I mean, I
all the
can't
bugs.
imagine doing it at 25 miles an hour, much less a trafficy highway.
Yeah, 170 going. She's recklessly, like
Yeah.
probably going the speed limit, if not more.
And they drove through that wall of locusts yesterday.
What kind of car? I'm trying to think of like the kind of grip that they might have here.
I don't know. Did she use her turn signals as what she?
Yeah,
as she was, exiting. Did she obey the construction zone speed limit as she rolled through that? I don't know. These are all questions I have. But, yeah, she is in jail. Stephanie Boyd.
Hope she didn't dent the car up.
Right.
I think there used to be a restaurant down in Bonita Park I used to go to all the time when we were kids. It's kind of one of our zones for high school, the whole Rittner area up there.
Bonita Park?
Well, I mean, just like that whole kind of corridor there, Page and the Rock Road, all the way to 170.
Yeah, Charlac, Sycamore Hills.
Overland, St. Anne. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out over the
home of the trampoline.
Stayed at an Airbnb in Bonita Park when we were getting our bathroom redone this year. Pretty cool. Nice little area. Had fun. Had a little farmhouse.
In Bonita Park?
Yeah, it was like it was right by a biking trail right at the end of a street, which was kind of cool. So we could walk the dogs down the trail. It was a nice little. The guy was just like a nice little brick, St. Louis home there at the end of Bonita Park.
Right, old home.
Probably
cool little neighborhood,
off of Midland or something.
Yeah.
Hey, so I was sitting outside yesterday. Gorgeous day.
Yeah.
A little hot, actually, but I was sitting in the backyard. And kind of hit me because it doesn't feel like October.
No.
Like it doesn't feel like
92 degrees
October.
yesterday, dude.
Right.
Yeah, I'm outside and
it won't today. The weather report just says unreasonably warm.
Seasonably or reasonably?
Unseasonably warm. Thank you for correcting the letter.
It is unreasonably warm, too.
That was the summer. This is unseasonably warm. Thank
Weather
you for
Channel
the
throwing shade.
And it did kind of hit me like, oh my God, it's October 2nd. I mean, today's the 3rd, but yesterday was October 2nd. I go, holy cow.
Yeah.
We're coming up to our Halloween bash. Our Halloween bash is like 29 days. Well, when is it? The 28th?
Yeah, it's 25 days away.
Is it the 28th, right?
Yeah, 28th.
Yeah, so for today it's 25 days away. The Halloween bash over at Ballpark Village, the Mad Tea Party Halloween bash. So, guys, we need to figure out our costumes.
Rafe and I already did. We know exactly what we're doing, and I don't think we should share.
We spent some time on it yesterday.
Hey, if they want to partner up, you guys want to partner up?
We're not doing a group thing?
Me and the Scots?
Oh, we are.
We're
don't
two
worry.
groups.
It's Alice in Wonderland theme. Don't you worry.
Well, we had asked the people over at Johnny Brock's if they were going to outfit us, and I haven't heard back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I decided not to wait.
Oh, you're not going to wait?
No.
I don't want to wait.
figure
This
this
is
out.
what happens. We wait, and it's a week out.
It looks like crap.
We're toast.
Yeah.
I called a lady in Edwardsville who she used to rent custom costumes. Her name's Judy. Judy's Costumes. Shout out to Judy. We don't do shout outs, Judy, but you just got one. And she makes like movie quality. I rented a Donald Duck costume from her one year, dude, and it was full on. Had like the suspenders. You put the duck bottom on, and the top had the big like mascot head. It was awesome.
What year
I waited
was
tables
this?
in it.
When were you Donald Duck for Halloween?
I waited tables in it at Lori's
Well,
place
I want to
in
see
Edwardsville.
if
there
the
was not
sponsor,
a good costume for that.
Right.
I want to see if the sponsor,
Oh, I'll go to Johnny Brock's.
I'm all about it, but here's
will
the thing.
outfit us.
We've all been there where you wait till like they're picked over the week before Halloween, and then you're like, well,
no,
I guess
I
I'll
get
be
this done.
off-brand pirate guy.
No, we have a theme. I mean, the theme is
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland.
Mad Tea Party.
I don't know the characters, by the way.
Oh, you need to look. There's so many great characters. It's not just Alice. Obviously, it's not just Mad Hattie.
Here's what I told Lern, and this I stand by this. There's going to be so many Mad Hatters. Like Mad Hatter would be a fun costume. It's cool. But I'm like, because of the theme, it's going to be overdone, I think. So we got to...
Scott's going to be the angry hat maker.
Okay, so...
That's if you wait till the week before, you will be the... Exactly.
The angry
The perturbed derby wearer.
Cheshire Cat, Caterpillar.
Hatter, the Mad Hatter.
I would like to
The
be
White Rabbit.
a bunny
Alice,
rabbit.
Cheshire Cat, White
Dormouse.
Rabbit, White Queen, Red Queen, Caterpillar,
See, I'm playing.
Tweedledum.
I'm playing 3 sets. So it has to be something
Tweedledum, Tweedledee.
where my arms and my face
Yeah.
can perform.
Oh.
I kind of want to be the dodo, whatever that is.
That'd be cute.
Otherwise, I'd go full on. I'd have the big old mascot rabbit head or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta do something. Maybe I'll just do Alice.
You could also go meta. You could be the looking glass.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cool costume.
Right.
Not very many people would do that. You just look like a giant mirror.
You could be a big mushroom. Because the caterpillar sits on a mushroom and gets stoned.
Mm-hmm. She also eats mushrooms, I believe.
For real?
Big and little.
I've never seen it.
Oh my goodness.
Never seen it.
Highly suggest. Great.
In
great Disney film.
any iteration.
Never seen the Disney Alice in Wonderland?
No.
Wow.
I've loved it since I
I
was
don't
a
think
little
I've
girl.
seen it either.
I've seen
Your
pieces.
Disney
I don't think I've seen it either.
Yeah,
Dude,
I've seen pieces. I've never
It's
seen
the
it.
coolest. I mean, because there's so much psychedelic referencing throughout the entire
Probably
series.
saw
why
the Johnny
I didn't
Depp
see
one.
it.
Okay.
Probably why it didn't enter my household.
Oh my gosh, I've been like a psychedelic lover since I was 4 years old.
I saw
like,
the Johnny Depp
wanting
one.
to be Alice.
Yeah, my
That was
parents,
aight.
my parents
Not
are
great.
Baptists.
It was aight.
Not great. Felt like a vehicle for him to play a weird character. He was going through like his weird characters phase. I guess he's always been going through that.
Well, the weird character
That was
phase.
a Burton film, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
There was like a Burton. There was like the Alice in Wonderland, Willy Wonka, like Johnny Depp playing different shades of the same character, kind of. I felt like.
I know.
kind of felt like the Mad Hatter and Willy Wonka were very similar.
I do feel like the Mad Hatter is like the cool guy, so everybody's going to try to be.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Everybody's going to try to be the cool guy.
right. Don't do that.
No,
Don't
I'm
be
not
mad.
going to. I don't want to be.
Somebody brings
Hell,
up,
get me a bunny costume. I'll be the White Rabbit.
dude, there's a
you go.
1980s version with Sammy Davis Jr. and John Stamos through the Looking Glass. It was like a live action Alice in
John
Wonderland.
Stamos and
Sammy Davis.
Jr.
Yeah,
What a
man.
combo.
Jesse and the Rippers and Sammy Davis
Say what?
Jr.
They crossed over?
Through the Looking Glass, and I watched this little girl, man, and they had the Jabberwocky, and that was like a monster that came
What is
through
that?
the glass.
It's a monster.
That's a dance troupe that won AGT.
It is.
It is.
Never knew what
the
they
ones
were
with the
named
masks
after.
on.
Yes.
Dude, those guys are
Those
good.
guys are great.
They were
They were
super
in
good.
Vegas
They're
for a minute.
breakdancers, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are
yeah.
great.
Never knew that was an Alice
You
in
could be a
Wonderland reference.
Jabberwocky.
Saw them in a mall.
That'd be cool as hell.
Saw them in a mall.
No,
That's how you know they're good.
I think a White Rabbit bunny costume would be great.
It would be
and
great.
comfortable.
Yeah.
But don't forget, it is unseasonably
Plus, you don't have
warm.
to talk to anyone, dude. It can be part of your costume. If they try to talk to you, be like, I'm late. I'm late.
Yeah, you got
For
to
a very
laugh.
important date.
That'd be cute.
We got to figure this thing out.
Just know,
Yes.
I don't like also sharing what I'm doing. Okay.
I have a feeling we're Tweedledum and Tweedledee.
You can think that.
If
Kind of
they're doing
judgmental, but whatever.
What is that?
Tweedledee and
it's-
Tweedledum.
What does that look like? Tweedledee.
They're like the fat, right?
That's
Aren't
exactly
they
who
like
we're going to
fat?
be. Big old fat twins.
Fat twins.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you just need a hat with a flag on it. And the red. Okay, so yellow shirt, red bottoms, this thing. Huh,
Yeah, whatever.
maybe that's what the band will be.
There you go.
Where do you get a Tweedledee costume?
Johnny Brock's. They have all the Alice in Wonderland costumes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's going to be, and it'll be your first time going down there
For the
for the party.
carnival, yes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. Those are cool. Look at those little kids over there. Those
Having
are
a
cool
blast.
costumes.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Not bad.
I love Halloween though. It's my Super Bowl. It's my favorite holiday.
It's my Super Bowl. I love that.
And Rafe and I were texting yesterday, and I was like, and we're the same in the sense that we start working on our costumes like a couple months in advance, or at least getting the thoughts around them. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, like that's also part of this. Like, I want to start building it now. I got all these inspo boards and things that I.
Yo,
like.
Inspo boards?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell's that?
It's a thing that I have a secret folder of inspiration.
Is that from the book The Secret?
No, it's just like an inspiration board where I go, oh, I'm going to do these little things to my makeup or to my costume or to myself.
Isn't that from, isn't the Secret a book and they
It is.
tell you how to kind of organize yourself?
Oh, no, I've never read or saw that.
Like the vision, is that where the vision board comes
Yeah.
There's
from?
a lot of places
Okay.
that talk about it.
Yeah, that's everywhere. Hey, fair question. Is this PC? Is this acceptable? I mean, can you do this
Why?
with the enlarging yourself?
Oh, stop it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you can.
I think so. We have body
Stop it.
positivity.
You're playing a cartoon character. I mean,
Now, see, when you bring it up,
What do you mean when I'm
when you bring it up, somebody's going, he's right.
No, I'm not right.
You're
I'm asking.
fat shaming.
You could
That's
be-
not what I'm asking.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Shallow Hal, see?
See?
Put a fat
Can't
costume
have
on.
fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't stoke the fire.
I'm not, man. I'm asking if the fire exists.
You could just carb load for a couple of weeks and
really do it.
And really do it.
This is me.
This is just me.
Stop shaming.
Stop shaming.
All right.
You guys can come out on those motorcycles and be the brothers from the Guinness Book of World Records.
The fat twins?
Yeah, I remember those guys. That was a big deal.
Those guys are no way still alive.
No, I don't think so. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, I found it. They're dead.
I like the keywords.
Yeah, Oh, it's crazy. You know how they died?
Too many
Vespa
birthdays?
accident.
Oh, really?
I thought it was parachute.
World's heaviest twins.
World's heaviest twins died in a scooter accident.
Billy and Benny Lloyd. Benny Leon and Benny Lloyd McCrary. Let's see.
Everybody knows the fat twins from the Guinness Book of World Records. Their picture is famous. They were on motorcycles. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Let me look it up. I probably have
Their
it.
last name is
back in the day.
McCrary, but they're
was like
known as the
Windows.
McGuire
Awesome.
twins.
With, when you used to have the book fairs.
Yep.
When the book fairs came to school,
Oh, yeah, with the book.
always got the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, yeah.
The latest edition, and probably a couple Mad Libs.
All the important
Must
ones.
be nice.
Hey, did you know that they were tag team wrestlers?
It must be nice.
They gained popularity
nice.
as tag team wrestlers and carnival stunt shows. Billy died in 1979 at the age of 32 following a motorcycle accident during a stunt at
No
Niagara
way.
Falls.
Who's this?
One of the fat
Billy.
twins on the motorcycle.
Benny lived for another
They
21,
were called the Fat Twins?
21 more years until his death at the age of 54 in 2001.
What'd he die of?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
Well, let's assume. Let's assume it was a
Old age, I'm sure.
Let's see.
shark attack.
He was in. Okay, never mind. That's
Do you not know who we're talking about?
No, that's why I asked a question no one answered. I said,
The
were they called the Fat Twins? Did they call themselves
They were
that?
called the heaviest twins.
They were the Guinness Book of World Record.
These guys, you don't remember this?
holder for
They were on these cafe bikes and made them look like mini bikes.
No.
world's fattest twins.
This was the picture that everybody saw as kids in the Guinness Book of World
Billy
Records.
and Benny McGuire. They held that record for a long, long time.
Billy
They
McGuire.
were wrestlers. That's awesome.
Yeah. So look, this was in 1978, and this one died the year later.
They were identical.
In a
In
fatal,
a tragic parasailing accident.
no, in a motorcycle accident.
You and parasailing.
You and ATMs. Yeah, that's my paranoia. Is an unregulated vacation activity.
Yeah.
Or I've seen the videos
And they're super fun,
of
man.
those lines snapping and somebody sailing over the hotel.
Yeah, but man, I got to be honest. If you're going to have a mishap, the chances of survival, you're already in a parachute.
Right.
Got to be high. You know?
Okay.
You
this
got a
is
life
where the
jacket
You're
on.
already floating down to the ground at a reasonable
This is where the nightmare
speed.
begins. Line snaps.
Now, if you get
You
blown
don't
out to
know
sea,
where the wind's taking you.
No.
Usually you do this beachside.
Typically, it takes you inland.
Are we going to blow? Who knows what the conditions are that day?
don't know.
Don't know.
What a story.
Don't know. Go ahead, look up line snaps.
No.
We don't need to
Parasailing.
do that because it's
Parasailing
it's
accident.
unlikely.
I've already done it a million times
Victim
in my life
flies
and been fine.
over
Me too.
hotel.
I love
Goodbye.
it. You got to play the stats here, bro.
How about
You're gonna
how
get
about
in
one
the
of the
car
more
today.
recent ones where the guy went up and was not harnessed in correctly? See that one where the guy fell 170 feet?
I did see that.
That's a horrible one too.
I did see that because people that listen
Sent
to the
it.
show send us every
Sent it to
parasailing
us.
Free
mishap.
quiz out.
Sent it to us. Yeah, I think maybe this year I'll dress up as a dead parasailer.
Great. Happy Halloween.
I'm like a zombie.
That'll go
like
well.
No, it's the Mad Tea
I'm
Party.
like a zombie. No, maybe I'll dress up at home.
Oh, maybe for the show. That following
up at home.
Tuesday.
We said that so Tuesday's actually Halloween.
Uh-huh.
I know Rafe yesterday was talking about the house near him when he was a kid that would give out 50-cent pieces.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, all the poor kids had a grift going, man. Like we would swap costumes. Took this guy to the cleaners, poor guy.
Now, I understand that 50-cent pieces, okay,
That was a lot.
you go a couple times, you get a couple bucks. Mm-hmm. But still, though, when you're a kid and you're going house to house and somebody gives you money, and usually it's a handful of change.
Yeah, usually it's dimes,
You're pissed.
nickels, and pennies, and it comes from the neighbor that I still recognize as the change house from
Maybe
Halloween.
you guys
When I go to my parents' house, I pass this house, and the only thing I can associate with it is these are the people that just gave me their loose change.
I'm here for candy. And as a kid, you don't realize,
Bro.
okay, maybe 50 cents will get you a couple.
Know, dude. If you grow up without money, you throw a quarter
Sorry,
in.
I'm not from Dowell.
You're not. And I get that. Like, it was just different. Like, I was never mad. If you threw my little, I wish I could tell you it was a little plastic pumpkin, but it wasn't. It was usually a pillowcase or just a bag, just like a bag from Kroger's. You toss some change in there, and I'm like, I am immediately translating that into candy because I used to be able to go into the tavern. This is a story someone from the 1920s should be telling you. I used to go into the local tavern called Veterans Inn, buy my mom's cigarettes because the bartender knew my mom, and I'd buy Salem Light 100s, and they had penny Tootsie Rolls in this little cabinet at the end of the bar, and all these Italian guys were drinking quarter stags, teaching me how to play 4-point pitch. I don't know if you guys have ever played that game for quarters. So I would go up there and learn how to play cards while these guys were sipping on beers, and then if they were winning, they might give you a quarter. If you got a quarter, you get 25 Tootsie Rolls, dude. You know how that's currency as a kid, brother. And they had the strawberry ones and the chocolate ones, the ones called Tootsies. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The little strawberry flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
You get the chocolate and the strawberry, you open them up, you squish them together, you've made a new candy for 2 cents. So if you were throwing change in my jack-o'-lantern, I was immediately translating that into Tootsie Roll money. And to me, that's a good deal every time, brother.
And somebody tosses you a 50-cent piece. 50, let me do the math there.
50 Tootsie Rolls,
50
dude.
Tootsie
Now think
Rolls.
about that
math,
versus you just gave me 3 gobstoppers.
I understand.
Get the hell out of here with your
I
gobstoppers.
understand. Or maybe I don't understand.
You don't.
For me, it was.
You don't know the white trash exchange rate.
Now, did you have plastic bags tied around the bottom of your feet?
For what?
That
was my costume.
For when you were Star Wars.
shoes.
No, it wasn't that bad.
We did the
Yeah, when I had to
pillowcase
go
thing
Star
too.
Wars.
I didn't know they had plastic pumpkins until like late '90s. I didn't think that was a thing. Did they have that?
Oh, yeah.
Back then in the
I
'80s.
have pictures of me dressed up as Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My mom made all my costumes when I was a kid.
And then
we did pillowcase,
and then came
you
the
didn't
turn.
come home until it was half full.
Right.
Well,
It
then
was
came
like-
the turn when carrying around the plastic pumpkin was not cool, and you
Right.
got the pillowcase.
Oh, really?
Oh, the pillowcase was much more economic.
That's a very hipster thing to do. That's like a hipster thing. Like, we're going to
act
emulate
poor.
the poor kids.
We're going to act poor.
We're gonna act poor.
That's acting
To look
smart.
cool. It's just like when hipsters drink Pabst. I'm like, oh, that just used to be what you could afford.
It was McDonald's. Remember, the Happy Meals used to be at Halloween.
yeah.
Like a Frankenstein head, a ghost head, and a pumpkin head.
Well, I hear they're
that's
bringing those
smart.
back this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
That's
a
kind
rumor.
of cool.
I loved, and you can't do this anymore because everybody's so paranoid, but when the cool moms on the street would make Rice Krispie treat pumpkins and they would wrap those up and give them to you, that was
Cool mom.
top-notch stuff. Now you can't,
You're right.
everything's got to be packaged, from the
I don't want
factory.
your homemade popcorn
did.
balls. Get the hell out of here.
Becky Woodlard, my God, she was the coolest mom on the street, made the best Rice Krispie treats.
Talk about Becky.
Aunt Becky.
I want to go there with you right now. My heart's with you right now.
She still lives there. She lives
'Cause
across the street from my dad.
Best Halloween givers, treaters, if you will. There was always a couple houses where they'd have they almost look like the little paper sacks that like McDonald's hash browns come in,
Yep,
but they'd have
the
like
wax
they'd
sack.
have they'd have like a little house, they'd have a bat or something on
Little
them,
sleeve.
and then they'd have they'd have different. There'd be like some popcorn and a couple of chocolate medallions, and they'd have it.
Popcorn balls.
Yeah, they'd have it there'd be like
Balls. Those
seven.
are right in the garbage.
There'd be like 6 or 7 or little Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
There'd be and a sucker, and there'd be like 4 or 5 different
Treats.
treats, and they'd hand out like little bags.
Yes,
The
yes.
best.
That was the people that were doing it right on Halloween, dude.
I don't want to brag.
I don't want any homemade stuff.
Oh,
You were
I
okay
did.
with homemade stuff?
In the 80s and 90s,
yeah, man. And, Then now, no, of course not. Now it's got to
Well,
be
even then.
it's got to be vacuum sealed and have.
Yeah, but for me, I was picky, so I needed to know exactly what I was getting. Otherwise, it was a waste of time for me. So if I saw a Hostess thing and I saw the little white stripes, I'm like, damn, I know what that
Hostess,
is.
yeah.
I'm going for that.
Oh,
you know,
somebody giving out Hostess?
That's amazing.
on occasion you get one of those single
Like,
packets.
oh, single pack cupcakes,
with the
yeah.
little cupcakes. That's
Every
what I'm
once in a
talking
while.
about.
Sorry,
You
Rafe,
see that
I
and you go,
had those in Dowell.
oh, I know what that is. Or you're talking about those Tootsie Roll things that were pink and blue. Remember the white and blue one?
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever the hell flavor that was great. I knew exactly what it was. If somebody handed me something they made, I'm like, I don't know what this
I don't
is.
know. I loved it.
I ain't got time for this. I got a half full pillowcase full of Tootsie Roll thing.
Hershey's. I don't want to brag to you all, but I think that for the first time in my life this year, I'm going to be a full-size candy bar.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done it.
Hero.
I want to just spend $1 million, and I want to.
Once you go full size, there ain't going back.
I think I'm okay with it. I'll just
you
move.
are pot committed.
You go back to Minnie's, they'll egg your house.
Right.
Rightfully so.
I think I want the chaos, you know?
Now you're going to be, hey, house over there, full-size candy bars. You're going to be on a map.
Right. That's
You're
what
going to be
I
on a
want.
map as the full-size candy bar house.
I do really.
forever.
That's
I really
awesome.
enjoy sitting in the driveway with the fire pit and handing stuff out.
Me too.
You know,
I love it.
Put the chair out there and you're like, yeah, grab as many as you want. And kids are just like, what? As many as you want? This is great.
Yeah, that's like a new thing. That would never happen back in the day, where they just set the thing out and like, take what you want.
Yeah, but now there's so many parents with the kids, even like somewhat older kids. There's always parents with them, so it's always the parents that are regulating. No, just take two,
No,
Benny.
I mean, now we're at the stage where the kids go out on their own.
Did you guys get to go out on your own?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We only went out.
Oh,
on
yeah.
our own.
Yeah.
I don't think my parents followed me after kindergarten.
We had a map. We'd like sit at school and make a map of the town and be like, we knew the neighborhoods. I'd go to the rich neighborhoods. I'd have like my aunt drop me off and be like, pick me up in an hour.
You want to know what the
We'd
best...
go to different towns.
You want to know what the best trick-or-treating is?
What?
Going in an apartment building.
Oh,
A
really?
New York City apartment building.
Here's a waffle iron.
Dude,
People didn't have stuff, so they're just giving you
want
crap
to
out
talk
of their
about...
apartment.
You want to talk about
Bang for buck.
Monster
bang
Parade.
for buck.
Yeah,
You are
Candy piece per step.
cleaning up
I bet. Just in one building, probably.
one building.
Just elevator up and go down.
On a big building with, multiple apartment units
That's cool as hell.
with
Anybody's
16, 17 floors. Woo, man, you were cleaning. Give me another pillowcase.
You talking about parents going with you? I mean, did anybody's dads ever go with them?
No.
In the
always
80s,
mom.
that would
It's always
my dad went 0 times.
My dad, he was fun. So he would dress up. One year he went as a ballerina. He went as a scarecrow. He was a goofball. So he was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It's
my,
funny.
But yeah,
my
but I
dad
think you're
went
right.
0
Around
times.
kindergarten was probably the last time they ever went with us.
My mom
After that, it
probably
was
went
just
in
us.
kindergarten just because she thought she had to, and then it was like oh no, enjoy yourself, be back by whatever time. They wouldn't even say that because I wouldn't have a clock or a watch with me.
I'd be so afraid when we'd go out like with my friends, and we would always be dressed up as. We didn't start doing like horror costumes until middle school, I guess. So we were in grade school, like 4th, 5th grade. We're still dressed up as like pretty things or funny things. And man, I would get so freaked out as like the Jason Voorheeses and
Yeah.
the Freddy Kruegers would come and like I mean I couldn't handle it. Like and I still am like this. I think I'm going to one of the haunted houses this weekend to just go and. I still get so freaked out in those things. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's all the 80s horror movies. They just imprinted on my brain, but they still make me so freaked out.
Yeah, I
Such a
said,
fun night.
I'll do what I did last year. I'll sit on the driveway. I'll get out a chair, play some music.
Fire pit?
Fire pit?
I did the fire pit one year. I'm like, this is a pain in the ass.
Oh no, I love it. I love it.
You
Then I
make
got to drag the
s'mores.
fire pit to the backyard again. I'm just gonna sit on. I'm gonna put the folding chair out. I'll have the bucket of candy next to me.
My house is cool
I'll
because
drink a couple Trulies.
yeah.
I'll have a couple Trulies like I normally do on Halloween. And
we have like a little walkway up to our porch, and I'm gonna deck it out. I haven't gotten all the stuff I need yet, but I'm gonna deck it out into like a little itty bitty little horror walk, with like a skeleton and like big old cobweb on the bushes. 'cause-
cobwebs. I
Hey.
guess you hate the environment because they're saying no cobwebs this year.
well, no, I'll get the reusable ones, like the rope ones.
You know what we do is a lot of times we'll have the buckets of candy out there, but then we'll have a cooler because we don't drink, but we're gifted beer all the time. So we have like beer for like guests and stuff, and when it's time to clear it,
Yeah, give it to the kids.
now you put it in a cooler and you say, hey parents, if you guys want some of these, please take this crap out of my house.
Kids like
That's
high
cool.
noons.
Dude,
Okay,
that was
so
real quick. This is funny.
this is on the Halloween tip too, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just
I
saying
thought we
with
were pivoting off
No,
Halloween.
with the cobwebs.
Yeah.
A group called Nebraska Wildlife Education asked people not to put up the fake spider webs this year.
Yeah, it's killing birds, man.
And now other experts are kind of echoing that. And we're talking about like the stretchy stuff that you might put on bushes or, string across the front porch. It's cheap and looks realistic, so it's popular this time of year. The problem is lots of different animals can get stuck in it.
Yeah.
Seems to be a them problem. And the webs don't break away easily as like real spider webs do, so they're a hazard. A few animals they listed include hummingbirds, butterflies, bees, even owls. Even real spiders could get stuck in them and die. It's common now because fake webs are more popular than they used to be, and the webs usually aren't biodegradable either.
Right.
So
More popular than it used to be, really.
Yeah, people
I feel like
love
that
it.
stuff was like really prevalent in the 80s and 90s.
It's such a pain in the ass
Weren't they
to get out of the tree too. So you know,
Fake
even if you don't
cobwebs?
care about the birds and stuff, and you're one of these people like doesn't care about anybody else, good luck getting it out of your bushes when you want it to be Thanksgiving time.
the one year we did it, we're like, let's do it up this year.
Right.
So we got the fake webs and we got bushes in the front of the house and we strung them on the bushes to look real nice. And then it rained. And what a mess.
Yeah.
Is it nasty?
What a mess. Yeah, it got all wet and like it was like wet string in the bushes and you can't get I think it's
It's like
still
getting
in there.
teepeed. It's like, you know, and then it raining.
I think my wife and I said never again. We're never doing this again.
They have
Never
rope
again.
ones. They have rope ones where you can reuse them and they come out easy and you can cut them if you need to. Like, you don't have to get the like.
I just hire spiders
Fibers.
out of the union.
Yeah.
You know, have them put real webs up.
That's smart.
I'm a union man.
The spider union.
I was in Denver at this High Plains Comedy Festival a few weeks ago, and my friend Shaunik is an Indian comic, moved here in 2001. And he's like, man, you guys got to start telling people about your holidays. He's like, you can't just, he goes, you can't just, you got to explain Halloween for people that move here from other countries. Because he's like, we moved here in 2001 into Atlanta. And he's like, we were just driving through the neighborhood. And my Indian parents, all of a sudden one day we just woke up and there's like monsters and gravestones and people hanging from trees. And he's like, my dad was like, do you think this is from 9/11?
Oh my gosh.
They said my mom was like, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah,
Well, I think if they moved
we're living in spooky times.
Well, if they moved in 2001, you know, once October 1st hits, I mean, it's Halloween Central.
Yeah. You know, and it was
Like a couple weeks after 9/11.
yeah, they were freaked out. They thought it was like what's going on in this
This
country?
is how
Like
the Americans mourn.
hellscape. They thought it was like
This is
them
how we
mourning
fight terrorism.
I guess that's how it is. They got gravestones in the front. I don't know what this big green guy with bolts in his neck is. Maybe that's Osama bin Laden. I don't know.
I mean, you want to freak
He
somebody
had
out.
me falling into the floor laughing because I was like, man, I never really considered that, but it is kind of an
Yeah.
American
Right.
holiday that we don't really explain to the rest of the world.
No.
Take any of your friends that came from other countries that don't know what that is and take them right now or about a week from now, take them through Newtown because they're going to feel like they're in the Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, dude, they go all out. They must have some sort of competition or something like that. Because
In Newtown?
oh, dude.
It already looks like Stepford.
They go
so.
all out.
Well, they're
they
all
spend,
programmed bots up there.
They
so
spend more on their Halloween
must
decorations than I did
decorate.
on the house the whole year.
must decorate house like
Pumpkin
everybody
out
else.
on porch.
No, it don't look like everybody else. It is insane.
They do it up.
I swear, dude, they're probably going to start charging admission. You know how we go through those
Christmas lights?
Yeah, like Tillis Park and all that kind of stuff. They're going to start doing that for Halloween at Newtown, charging just to go through and see all the decorations because it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, we looked for a house up there many, many years ago.
Yeah, we did too.
Many, many, many years ago, when it was kind of when it was a newer development.
You should see it now, man. It's
I'm sure it's a lot
quadruple the
different.
size.
The only problem with Newtown is it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I got
Like,
married
it's
there.
not. It's not near anywhere.
At the Orchard
did?
Farm thing?
No, I got married at the, they have like a non-denominational
Oh, that big
church.
chapel. Yeah, dude,
chapel.
that place is
Where, in Newtown?
beautiful.
Yeah, Newtown.
That's the place that was the Truman Show guy made, right? Isn't Newtown where all the houses look the
Really?
same?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Same person who built the houses that the Truman Show were filmed on
Yeah.
built Newtown.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
why they look the same. If you
Yeah.
really look, watch
everything's
Truman
uniform.
Show and then watch, they're very similar. And I
cool.
went to that neighborhood
Say
when I
what?
was in Florida.
You sure
Yeah,
about that?
that's
Is that
true.
confirmed?
100%, yeah.
The
They
Whitaker
told us-
homes has something to do with Truman Show?
They told us that too. The designer.
The designer of those homes, well, I went to I can't remember, it's somewhere outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida is where they shot the Truman Show. And I went to, it's beautiful. It's cute AF, if you will. Me and Tina went and walked around when we were down there, and I was like, man, this is wild. Because
All the houses were pretty colors.
everything's really pretty, like picturesque. It almost looks like
Manicured.
a town in Maine in southern Florida, in the Gulf Florida area. And it's really, it's really bizarre.
It's awesome.
And people go there and they got like a food court in the middle of town with all these even the campers look like they're from the 50s. Like, so it's all these like food trucks, but they look like Gulfstream or Airstreams.
It's pretty cool.
And it was a really neat place to walk around. But all the houses, you could kind of they do Airbnb rentals down there. My aunt and my aunt told me to go there. Her and my cousin stayed there on like a girls' trip, and she's like, "Go to this town. It's kind of freaky and bizarre, but it's really cool." And it was like, it felt Pleasantville. It felt like too clean. It felt like a movie set.
And that's why when we drove through,
weird.
People were just on the side of the road, just kind of waving.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Stepford.
This is very nice.
It's pretty dope. I fish up there, but don't tell nobody.
There are a lot of rules on what you can and can't do to the house.
Right.
At least at the time. I don't know if they've relaxed the rules up there, but all the houses had really no backyards and no
individual.
They were very close to each other. And really, Newtown is, at least at the time, the only thing close to there was it the Energizer plant or was it the Amazon factory out there, the Amazon fulfillment center?
Kind of areas around there.
There's not really much. It would have been a pain in the ass to get to work because that's when we were working downtown at the time. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't for us. But I could see the appeal to it.
Yeah.
For certain people. But man,
pretty sick.
I'm sure great trick or treating up there.
I bet it is.
Great trick or treating.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's more about the community anyway. It's about having a self-sustaining community.
Yeah,
it's your reception.
It's also not for a place. It's not a place for somebody who hates everybody.
At those tents, they do the reception across from the chapel, right?
No, I didn't do them there. We had our reception at Windows on Washington.
Oh, wow. Driving all over town.
Gave everybody a little buzzed commute.
That's right. I was hammered by the time we got back downtown.
Well, la-di-freaking-da.
It was a good time. Wish you all were there.
All right, well, listen, we got to figure out this Halloween thing. Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like two of us already do.
Yeah, hey, we're being proactive, man.
I'm happy to share with you guys.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I've been through this. Waiting till the 11th hour for somebody to come in and save the day, and I'm like, let's just get it done.
That's why I'm bringing it up now. I was going to make a phone call after the show, like, hey, are we doing this?
Well, let us know.
Are we doing this costume thing? Like, is somebody going to costume us?
I got feelers out to other costume shops. I would prefer it to be Johnny Brock's as the sponsor. But if they don't feel obligated to do that, that's totally fine. No harm, no foul. But sure. I want to look good.
Sure.
We're the hosts. We have to look
good.
We're
the hosts, yeah.
I got to make sure it's something I can move well in.
Right.
You got some constraints, so
I'm not moving
about
great.
that.
Yeah, let's talk about your...
I guess we're going to talk about his ACL.
Here we go. Breaking news.
Yeah.
People.
Breaking.
I wasn't going to bring it up now, but since
let's bring
it up.
Let's bring it up later.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's bring it up later.
No. I can't.
Cool.
Snapping news.
Yeah.
Moon tore his ACL.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Went and saw the doctor yesterday, got the x-rays, all this kind of stuff. And
so it looks like it.
Funny thing. So I go to the doctor yesterday. New office. It's a doctor that replaced my ACL years and years ago, like almost eight or 9 years ago. Actually, I think when we started the show, I was still on crutches from the ACL replacement. You remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah, I was carrying like a water cooler, ice cooler thing that was all attached to it. So I go to this office, and guys, first of all, I looked slick yesterday. I had like a form-fitting, black shirt on, and my, stylish jeans, and my new alligator boots, and all, and I get in there, and I was supposed to be there at 1:00. I show up. By the way, when you go to a knee doctor, you're surrounded by old folks.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, right? Everybody's hobbling. I mean, everybody's hobbling in.
You start falling apart.
Apparently, everybody had an appointment at 1 because there was 25 people waiting for them to come back from lunch.
Did you get whistled at by an old lady yesterday?
No, I wish.
Honest.
I wish. So 25 people are now lined up. I get there at 12:45. I'm early because if you're not early, you're late.
That's right. I would say, yeah.
Finally, it's 1:08. I'm finally up to the window to now check in and fill out my paperwork and all that kind of stuff. That entire time, I'm enduring. There's 2 or 3 gals in front of me that are talking to the gal through the COVID glass, going, What?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. They're talking too loudly out here. Why? Because there's 2 gentlemen chatting up the place. Talking about politics.
Work in the room?
Sweet. Talking about politics. It was just... It was my nightmare. It's nap time for us by 1:00.
That's a big social scene for old people.
That's right.
But it wasn't.
They get out of the house.
Husband number 3, here I come.
Half of the people, so we're all enduring listening to this, and half of the people in the waiting room were going, God, this guy. he just keeps one-upping the other guy. And they're talking as loud as them. So everyone's hearing everything about everyone's conversations. And they're all bitching about one another's conversations out loud.
Yeah, because they're hearing aids. Like,
and I'm like, I'm done. I've been hearing, talking myself since 4 a.m. So I'm like, I got to go to bed. This is too much. It's overload. I felt like, I needed the earplugs. I needed some sort of sensory overload things. So I'm dealing with that. Finally get up there. I'm like, oh, God, I hope they call me in soon.
This is an SNL sketch, by the way, called Passive Aggressive Waiting Room.
Oh, it was the worst. And then people are starting to escalate the political talk, so they're kind of disagreeing. And then you got somebody in line going, I agree with you. And then you're like, what are we doing? So then I finally get called in. I'm like, oh, relief. I'm in an actual room. I get in the actual room, and she says, did you bring any shorts with you? And I was like, no.
I want to bring shorts.
Oh,
right,
no.
yeah. So she goes, okay, cool. We got some shorts for you. I'll leave. You put these on. For the x-rays.
Were they like paper shorts?
Okay.
Like what kind of shorts were these?
These are hospital shorts meant for those fellers on the motorcycles we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, a little stretchy.
They are this big. They're this long. I mean, these are balloonies, right? So I put these things on. I got my chili socks, because I was wearing boots. So I got my long socks that have chilies on them. I got those pulled up. So I look like a fool now, like a dance. I got this like form fit shirt on with these balloon things, and this, and you know how I don't like to be shoeless. I think.
Yeah, so you're cruising around in the socks.
So I'm in the socks, and I'm thinking the doctor's going to come in. I'm going to have something done, and then put my stuff back on. Another gal comes in and says, "All right, man, we need to get some X-rays of this thing. Follow me." And I'm thinking I'm going to cross the hall, right? And she says, "All right, follow me. We got to go through the waiting rooms to get there." I went, "What?"
Did you put your boots on?
No.
Oh, no.
I was caught by surprise. So now I'm walking shoeless, which, by the way, I just don't do well with that. I don't like this.
Picking up all the hospital germs.
And now I'm thinking, dang it, my favorite socks are getting nasty. This place is old. I don't like this. So she walks me through, and here we are. I go back into the concert of political talk. And
they better be throwing chairs at each other at this point with this story.
It's still going on. There's more people in there. I go through waiting room A to find that there's another waiting room filled with the same.
More old people yelling about politics. Trump, Biden, blah, blah, blah.
So then I get through there, and I get into the X-ray thing, and I'm not super freaked out by X-rays, but I know that like long X-ray exposure is not good for you, right?
Right.
I get in, I sit down, I do this thing, it takes the picture, and then I got to stand up and I got to be in these weird positions for my knee, and she takes like 5 pictures, and then she says, just something ain't working. Let's try that again. Beep, does it again. Beep, does it again. I'm not getting a reading. Beep, does it again. I probably had 15 times the X-ray exposure you're supposed to have in a lifetime. And she goes, yeah, I'm going to restart this thing. I said, and she goes, and test it a few more times. I go, can we test it without me in here? I feel like you're behind. I feel like you're behind the glass for a reason.
Should somebody be getting this much radiation?
Right. So she goes, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Come over here and look. Restarts the computer, the old, power. Did you reset the computer? That, and then says, okay, yeah, let's do the whole thing over again.
Oh, no.
So I went in there, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh, this is my nightmare. I'm in my socks, my dirty socks now.
Anyway, so what happened?
Well, I went in back to the doctor, and he grabbed my leg and my other leg and says, oh, yeah, that's crazy firm, And then he grabs this one and goes, boop, 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 and it wobbled. And he goes, yeah, I don't think you got an ACL anymore, man. I think this thing snapped. We'll have to redo it because this is the one that I snapped before. So that backflip,
and this is from Point Fest.
Oh, that backflip at Point Fest.
This is a result of doing a backflip at Point Fest.
Backflip at Point Fest, which I wasn't planning on doing.
From back in May.
Which
so it's been bothering
landed.
you, so you finally make it to the doctor in October.
Yeah, that was good.
Well, I thought it would heal itself, and that's not how the body works.
You've been playing soccer and everything, though. Like I'm surprised.
I tried. I've definitely not been stable.
And this will be a surgery, correct?
Yeah.
This will be surgery.
ACL replacement.
They have to probably take it from a dead person.
Well, they have to because
probably one of those people that were arguing politics at some point.
Yeah.
Longer?
That's where I was going to close with this. The first time I had the patellar tendon, so they take your patellar tendon and they split it, and they take that and then they replace your ACL with that. I don't have that anymore because I just snapped that now. So yeah, I'm gonna have one of those folks from the waiting room. I'm gonna have their.
You should go in there you should have gone in there with a measuring tape and started measuring people, like measuring their.
Dude, you're gonna have a haunted knee.
Yeah, I'm sure. As long as it doesn't talk.
Just go. Yeah, maybe you tell the doctor, you'd be like, I'll take that one. It's like picking lobster out of the out of the fish tank.
That's a quiet guy. Sir, did you play soccer when you were young?
Wildly ironic that that backflip did it, because in real time at Point Fest, stage left, standing next to Rizz and Tommy, you did the backflip, and I go, Moon's over 40, dude. Can you believe that? And I go, he only got a few of those left in him.
Yeah.
Apparently none of those.
That was the last
that was
one.
it.
Last one.
That was
You
it,
got- you
dude. We
guys
saw
saw
the
it.
last one.
So the real question is, does this fall under workman's comp? I was at Point Fest.
Sorry, he just got dumped out.
No, you were an independent contractor. You didn't get paid, right? You got paid as Greek Fire. You didn't get paid as Moon.
Yeah, maybe.
Independent contractor. Sorry,
So I guess Greek
you're
fire.
on your own.
Out of luck.
File
You're
under
on
Greek
your
fire.
own. Well, listen, it's something
Yeah,
that
it's a bummer.
happens, when we get old. We can't do. We have a loading dock in the back. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to take the stairs because there was something going on the stairs. So I jumped off the loading dock, and I hadn't jumped off a high place in a while.
What are you doing?
And 200-pound me.
High place, 4
Did
feet.
it sound like when you throw those snap and pop things on the ground?
And what is that like? It's 3 feet up.
Yeah, it's not even that tall. It's
It's
not like
not even.
10
It's
feet.
2.5 feet.
Right.
And I just launched myself, and my knees. I almost went down on my knees. I went, damn.
What are you doing?
I don't weigh 130 pounds anymore. We used to float like a feather down.
Dude, you know what's crazy is these last couple months, like I said, I've tried to like kind of ignore it and hope that it do better. I played soccer just these last 2 weeks, and I did not run. I couldn't
Did
do
you
it.
not?
But I went to freaking trampoline park with my son.
Oh, did that recently too.
Yeah.
My
I
nephew
did that.
and niece.
And I even jumped off that giant wall to see if I could jump on that one thing. And I was like, wow, man, this is weird. This feels weird.
I think I'm done with jumping.
That's not good.
Listen, one thing we've all got in common is nobody's getting younger. So can you remember a specific moment when you realized, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Can't do that anymore. That was me jumping off the loading dock.
Okay.
So here are a couple like relatable things. These are signs or I'll say subtle reminders that we're getting old. When trendy clothes from your teen years come back in style, and that is going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Right now. Especially boys' haircuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bowl cut is back.
Everything is feathered out now.
Oh, dude, I just saw my buddy. We grew up together, and his son took his hat off, and he goes, he's rocking the haircut I did in high school, and no kidding, he's got it's the what do you call it, the undershave, and he's got it long,
Middle
and
part?
and butt cut, yeah, middle
butt
cut. Oh, yeah,
middle
it's-
part butt cut.
My
is
son's hair is
packed,
like
dude.
feathered.
You won't regret that in photos later.
But you know what's crazy though? He looked good. He looked cool. And I don't know if that's because he just had a good head of hair or what. Like, I mean,
That's these kids doing.
Youthful exuberance.
he looked good.
Like it's like feathered out and like it's almost 80s style.
Yeah, it's a mix between 80s and 90s. It's certainly not original, but it works.
All right, subtle signs you're getting old. When music you used to party to starts playing in an elevator. That's happened.
That's
When you're watching an old sitcom like Full House and you realize you agree with the parents more than the kids now. When you have to keep scrolling and scrolling to find your birth year on the drop-down menu. When your kids start calling you ma'am or sir. When you catch yourself making getting up and sitting down noises.
Oh, man.
When you hadn't seen somebody's kid since they were 6 and now they're 25.
Been there. Just had that happen over the weekend. Guy came to my show from my hometown. I used to swim in this. Remember the strip cut where the snake got lost?
Yep.
It was this guy's property. He owned the strip cut. He came and saw my show. Brought his son, who I remember being a little bitty kid. And he was like a grown man with a beard who like works for IDOT. And I'm like, holy moly.
Wow.
I am old, dude.
When you come across a photo of a celebrity you loved it as a kid and realize they are ancient now. When you're worried you might throw out your back just by coughing hard. When your sunglasses are 8 times bigger than your face. When your calendar is your pill dispenser. Your ideal night is watching Yellowstone on CBS.
On CBS too,
That's a sign you're cool.
which is Mellowstone because it's like edited.
Yeah, how do they
to
even
be
put that on there? I was wondering
CBS.
about that.
You know what? You're old if you watch anything on CBS. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, CBS is
It's for
geriatric television.
Yeah,
Speak
it's
for
for
yourself,
you.
man.
It's I mean, Walker Texas Ranger is the
CBS
poster.
Sunday morning is my jam, though.
I love, if I'm up early.
Speaking
on
of getting
Sunday
old, I
morning.
never thought I'd hear my grandma say, I love LL Cool J.
Aw.
But he got on that CBS show, and now, like, I remember, like, when Mama said knock you out, that's like a sign you're getting old, is when all these, like, counterculture heroes, Ice-T's on
Yeah.
SVU. And your grandma's like, I like that iced tea. He gets right to the point, doesn't he?
Snoop Dogg is shilling every single thing you could imagine.
Hanging out with Martha Stewart. Yeah.
Set a reminder you're getting old. When you go to the beach, all you like to do is search for coins with a metal detector.
Doggone it.
The cans in your grocery cart went from beer to soup. Your doctor is on prostate watch.
Your doctor is younger than you.
Oh yeah, man. That was the other thing too. Is the one of the surgeons I met with. He's like, yeah, he's going to be taking over. I was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
You look 24, man. My daughter looks older than you.
Dude, the guy that took my gallbladder out had on Air Force Ones. Not a joke. Swear to God.
That's awesome.
Took my gallbladder out. Came in to talk to me. He looked like Tony Hinchcliffe, the comedian, which threw me off.
Yeah.
Baby face guy. I look down. He's got on like a lab coat and Air Force Ones, and I go, you took my gallbladder out? He goes, yeah. Found a hernia, went ahead and yanked that out while I was in there. I go, don't say yank. Okay? You charged me $25K for this. You say you excised it. Use a doctor term, son.
Dude, and you know what's crazy, though? And here's another...
Pretty sure you rode a skateboard, did an ollie on the way out of the road.
Here's another indicator, though. with certain things, it actually makes me feel more comfortable when I see the younger doctor.
Yeah.
When I see the younger guy or the gal, because I'm like,
he's up
yo,
on the latest and greatest.
Exactly right, dude. Exactly. With all the stuff that's happened in these last 20-something years or whatever, there's probably a lot of doctors like, well, this is how I do it because this is how we've always done it. And that's not what I want.
Well, yeah, when you go into your doctor and, you know...
I don't want the same surgery y'all did in 1979.
Rolled up, you know... It's a leather strap and morphine.
Here, bite on this.
What are we doing here? And is that a bone saw? What?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it actually, that is a turning point, is when not only are you seeing the younger doctors and making note of it, you're going, oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, where now, you know, they're doing things laparoscopically where they just make 3 little incisions. Your old doctor, yeah, he's still got the leather strap and the morphine in the bones. Oh, you got headaches, huh? Oh, we're going to have to drill your head. What? Are those leeches? We're doing that?
We have to drill in your brain, but you won't like where we have to go in.
All right, just a couple more reminders that you're getting old. Hey, you quit wearing tan pants because they show off dribbles. You know what I'm talking about.
What?
That's hilarious. Ain't no dribbling here, man. I'm not there yet. That's nasty.
Your idea of a key party?
Yeah.
Is your kids asking you to hand them over because...
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you're not sure how you're going to cope when Pat Sajak leaves. That's a sign you're getting old.
Yeah. I had a slight difficulty with Alex, with Trebek. When that happened, I haven't watched... Have
you seen all the... Did I send you the outtakes of Alex Trebek trying to do promos where he's just cussing up a storm?
Yeah,
so funny, dude.
Those are great. But I still haven't seen one of the new episodes, and that was my favorite show.
Okay, so finally...
Ken Jennings is doing good.
I'm sure it's great.
It's Jennings and Bialik,
I'm sure it's great. I've just had... I took it hard. I freaking love Alex Trebek.
And finally, when you go to a car dealership, you're going to get a new car, and you ask, do you have this in champagne?
Or perhaps a burgundy?
I love, what is that? Do you have this in champagne?
I knew something was going on when
That's a sign of old, huh?
I knew something was going on.
I'm not there yet, so I guess I'm good.
Toyota and GMC and a couple other makers started making, and like Wranglers started making tan. Like that desert tan. I was like wow, that looks sharp.
I love tan interior.
I think I'd like a khaki car. Yeah, no dribbles on that.
No.
You know what another sign is, and this has happened, is when like people you idolized and or start dying.
Right.
Or they're old. Like the last player you idolized as a kid retires from sports. To where like everyone you were following, like in high school, like when the last Williams sister retires, which Serena's done, right?
Yeah.
That was like, to me, that was like a milestone of like, she might have been the last person I remember like being a huge star on the come up when I was still in high school. When when you're playing sports and idolizing sports heroes. And now all my heroes are in the booth.
Oh, no, my heroes, my rock heroes.
In the booth or in the grave. You know what I mean?
My rock heroes, when you look at the celebrity birthdays and you go, Tommy Lee is 61 years old today.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
61 years old today, Tommy Lee.
You see him like shuffling around.
Your rock star heroes growing up are in their 60s.
Yeah, I know, man.
Hey, but it's nice to know he's still acting like he's 19.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it is also sad. I mean, like, just think about even the recent news here in St. Louis of, like, I had tickets to 2 concerts that got canceled Essentially because the lead singers are elderly. Let's just be honest.
Well, I mean,
Like
Axl
Axl's
Rose.
I'm ill. And then they're like, gonna reschedule? No.
And then Aerosmith.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, they're just like,
we got Kiss coming to town
good luck.
later this month.
Good luck.
We got Metallica coming to town.
James
November.
Hetfield.
Kiss doesn't count.
Put James Hetfield in a hyperbaric
Kiss
chamber.
doesn't count.
Kiss doesn't count because they use backtracks and they will go until they're dead because they want to make money.
Also,
So
they
that's
could-
been the joke for Kiss. And I saw them at Sonic Temple, put on a hell of a show. I don't know how much of it I was listening to. It was actually
You don't
live.
know if it was them.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like all the new bands.
Yes. But
Ooh,
hey,
shots
it's
fired.
still an
No
amazing
shots.
show to see and the spectacle of it all.
No shots.
I know, I'm just trying to stir stuff up. I'm in a stir it up kind of mood today.
Yeah, me too.
Shots fired.
All right, we got to do this. All right, Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz from Imperial, Missouri. Evan Nieders is our
Yeah, Evan.
today. Evan listens to the Rizz Show every day from start to finish. Been a huge fan since the beginning. Looks forward to attending his very first Rizz Show night of the Blues game in January. Yeah, we got that coming up. Oh, that'll be your first Rizz Show at the Blues game.
It will be.
Rizz Show night. That's fun.
I'm excited.
We'll have a lot of fun there. Evan's favorite segments, just two of us match up with Moon. And when we used to play around the horn, we call it Think Fast now. But Evan Nieders from Imperial, you are the Team Rizz Member of the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. Yeah, we used to do around the horn. Now we call it Think Fast. You know what? Polo's coming in later.
Oh, good.
Yeah, surprise. Polo's coming in.
That's awesome.
And maybe we'll do Think Fast with Polo. That'd be fun.
I like that.
Kind of, we'll just put like a capper on the season, like the Cardinals season. Like when Polo's here, we'll talk about the season, what was good about it, what was bad about it, and then we'll put it to bed. We'll never speak of the 2023 Cardinals again.
Okay.
That's it. We'll pretend it never happened. Actually, the program phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Make Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow@1057thepoint.com. As I mentioned, Polo's going to be here in a little bit. We're going to play later on. Lern put it together. New show, Who Dis?
That's right.
Give away some fabulous prizes.
By the way, shout out to a guy named Chris David, two first names, who named that contest for us.
Well, it's the proper name for it.
It is.
Lern gave us a questionnaire about a month or two ago, a very long questionnaire, very thorough. And we all filled it out. And based on our answers, you guys will have a chance to win some fabulous prizes.
Yep.
She's a good woman and thorough.
Very thorough.
It's true.
All right.
Big Lebowski. Little Big Lebowski reference there
That's
for
right.
you.
Was that Maud Lebowski that said that?
Yes, he's a good man and thorough.
Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
So, anybody got a new iPhone 15 yet?
No, but I'm on the
eligible.
road to it because there's a hell of a deal happening right now. So my kids have been putting the screws to me.
Yeah, I just paid off the phone I have. What do I have, a 12?
Yeah, we both have 12s.
I mean, it's in good condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the
Do
only...
I need?
Here-
It's a tough call, man.
Here's the only thing that really like sets it aside for me is one, the cameras are phenomenal. And
Are they?
Or are they
Are
just
they for
saying it?
real? Because they say that every time, and then I don't ever get good pictures with my iPhone. They're
Well,
okay.
I have to say this, and I'm not blaming you or saying the whole user error thing, but like I saw my 22-year-old daughter do some stuff with her phone that I think is an 11, and just like some adjustments, and she was taking a photo. This was at the Jonas Brothers concert, and I said, "Yo, what are you doing? How are you doing that?" Because her photos were exponentially better than mine.
Yeah, there's a lot of features on here
So there-
where we don't know.
There's
We don't
so
know.
much to it. There's so many options and different things to change. Aperture, this, that, the other thing. Like that, I think if you're using it basic style, it may not look as good as it can. It's definitely not going to look.
Yeah,
as good
there's
as
a lot of features on here. I mean, I don't take many pictures.
You kind of got to look into the details and what you can do with it.
Dude,
But
I've done tutorials. I've tried. I mean, I get it if lighting's perfect. Like the selfie, the portrait mode is great. It's very clear and crisp. But if you're like trying to take, especially in comedy clubs, dude, it's LED lighting. You try to take, it blows people out, or it goes into that automatic night function where you have to hold still for 3 seconds.
Yeah, you
For
can
a
turn
low
that
light
stuff.
feature, and you got to turn all that
Well,
crap off.
Yeah, you
and
got to
then
know
I
a
know,
lot to take advantage. But
the camera is not a selling point for me.
so the camera is a selling point for me, and the other one is the charger. Is the
Well, it's
USB-C.
the new charger.
Yeah, and everything's going that way, and I would just like to get it over with now and make the transition.
Do I just want another? Do I want a new payment? I just paid this thing off.
No.
Just paid it off.
Just wait.
It's tough. I also
I think I
feel
may
guilty
wait.
when I open a drawer at my house and I see all the phones sitting in it.
Well, I do the trade-ins.
man.
I do the trade-ins.
Yeah, if you trade your old phone in,
Where's it go?
It goes to somebody else that buys a used one.
kid in Ethiopia.
Does it?
What? Yeah,
Does it
because
go on a barge to?
we've bought some refurbished ones for the kids and stuff.
Ethiopia. Yeah.
Or that's the other thing is, or I get the updated one, or my wife gets the updated one, and then the children get the leftovers.
Well, if you have a new iPhone,
doesn't make sense.
specifically the iPhone 15 Pro, and it's getting too hot, Apple knows it. So they plan on giving you a software update to address the overheating issue. Apple said the problem has to do with the software, not the phone's hardware, and the update's going to come at some point this month. I was telling Moon before the show about these iPhone 12s. I just figured out it was iPhone 12s, not the new ones that were giving off too much radiation, and France basically outlawed them.
That's what we have.
I guess they figured out the problem now. Updated iPhone 12 phones will warm your hands with less energy, below the 4 watts per kilogram threshold. France's regulatory authority will lift its marketing ban once the update is distributed. Because they were saying the iPhone 12 gives off too much radiation and more than what the threshold is for France.
What do you
And
mean
they banned it.
radiation? What does radiation mean? Does it mean heat?
After weeks of scrutinizing the alleged high levels of electromagnetic radiation emitted by the iPhone 12, France's regulatory agency has ultimately cleared the device. Since September 12th, France's National Frequency Agency has demanded that Apple withdraw the iPhone 12 from the French market due to high radiation values, exceeding the set limits.
And that was because of like increased background activity?
The newest test showed that the software upgrade enabled the device to comply with the value that they find acceptable.
But did they release that worldwide, or is it just in
For the
France?
update, the iPhone 12 radiated hands with 5.74 watts of electromagnetic energy for each kilogram of body mass.
So it's not radioactive. It says here, your iPhone is not radioactive. This radiation is different. So when we think of radiation, we think
Well,
like the heavy-duty
I
stuff.
think of Mary
little
Curie.
smokestack.
I'm hoping to.
Marie
I got a
Curie.
12, so I'm hoping to become the Hulk one day.
Well, keep that 12, man. You're on your way.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, just don't go to France.
Now, speaking of cell phones, should phones be banned from classrooms to help kids focus?
You know, I think so. I thought it was amazing when my kids first had a phone and they were texting me from school or texting me from class. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I assumed, I was like, hey, you're going to get in trouble. What are you doing? I assumed that
Nope.
it was a rule. You can't have a phone in here, but you can. And it's baffling to me.
Well, so should phones be banned from classrooms to help kids focus?
No, I think they should do like whenever you go to a comedy special and they put them in a bag. So they're still actually in the classroom. I mean, to be honest with you, if I had a child and with like the school shootings rate, I want my kid to be able to call me immediately if something goes down. So no, I think it's fine to have them in the classroom, but maybe they're stowed away in like a locker in there.
Well, the UK just announced they're doing it.
Have the phone or use the phone?
They're going to be banned.
They don't have the school shooting problem
In
that
the
America
UK,
has, though.
they just announced they're doing it. Kids in England won't be able to have their phones in class and can't use it in between classes either. Officials say phones at schools are now one of the biggest issues teachers deal with every day. And some schools already make kids hand in their phones at the start of the day, but now it'll be mandatory in the UK. So is this something that we should do here too? Some parents don't like the idea because they want their kid to have access to their phone if something does happen or they need help. But a new study found almost all kids are using their phones during school hours now. So they polled 200 kids between the ages of 11 and 17. 97% admit to using their phone in school when they shouldn't be.
Dang.
When they
What-
shouldn't.
Don't they all have laptops pretty much in most schools now?
I don't know.
Because
Mine
say
don't.
that kind of works too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So what they're using them, what are the kids using their phones in school for? It's to check social media.
No way. I figured it was for studying.
Just make a cubby.
Some kids are checking their phones hundreds of times.
Sure. I get it.
Hundreds of times a day.
Yeah, my
Don't you
kids have
remember
limits.
Yeah, but
going into like middle school? I mean, it's been so long since I've been in school, but like we had a cubby place where you'd put your lunchbox or your book bag or whatever, you know, when you had a homeroom. Like, why can't they just make a cubby zone? Hey, everybody, put your phone. Everybody's got a
but you got
designated
to think of
number.
middle school, high school. They don't have it for that.
Well, but they could. I mean, how hard is it to build a shelf and say, all right, everybody?
How about if you
Phones go
get
over
caught
there.
using your phone, you're in trouble.
They should just have those bags that like they have at.
Yeah,
I've seen them at
Concerts,
comedy
the,
shows.
The
Right.
lock bags. Dude, the crazy thing is, and back to the feeling old or sounding old, is I tell my kids this all the time. Like, we weren't allowed to chew gum, and now our kids can wear hats. Like, I don't remember wearing hats.
No,
we weren't
couldn't
allowed
wear
to have
hats, couldn't chew
Right.
gum.
You know,
I
my
was allowed
son's
to wear hats.
my son's walking around with hats, phones, and gum, and the whole thing is like, wow. No wonder it's tough. It seems tougher to be a teacher.
I love that gum was the big distractor.
Right.
Well, it wasn't that. It was. It
Whoa,
was,
let's
it was
put
a
the gum
mess.
under the seat.
It
Yep.
was a mess. That
Under
was
the seat or under the table.
being a guy that cleaned up schools during the summer, summer as a summer janitor. Believe me, that was a summer janitor rule saying you guys got to outlaw gum because
Scraping gum off the bottom of desks.
I'm spending 2 hours a day scraping gum off of weird places in this school.
Well, we're just helping provide jobs for people.
How about if you're caught using your phone, you're disciplined? How about that?
Yeah, that would be fine.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
You had to read your text message in front of the whole class, just like when you got caught passing
Yeah.
notes.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
When I was a senior in high school is when beepers were big. Like beepers started rolling out.
I couldn't have a beeper because my mom was like, only drug dealers have them.
I know.
And I was so bummed because like I thought they were so cool.
Because you were selling so much drugs.
I was selling
Like,
so
I could do
many
so much better
drugs.
if you just let me get a beep.
You just wanted to receive a 143.
Well, so
Yeah, I
the
love
the
it.
first ones were the Motorola's, like the little
I did
ones
too.
with just the little one screen, the little box that you know
Oh, yeah.
hit me on the hip.
Yo, you were rich if you had a scroller.
Well, the scrollers didn't come out until probably late.
Yeah, that
Late
was like
96.
90, 98 maybe. I didn't.
Well,
see
the
those.
bigger ones. So the bigger ones that had
almost like a
the-
green screen.
that had like the EXO case that you could take out of the case.
yeah.
And we go, oh
Slide
man,
it out.
pop it out of the case.
Click.
Like, dude, you want to know? You want to know how the Yankees did yesterday? Dude, I got all the sports scores on here.
Dang.
Sports scores and
Get out my bag phone.
ticker
Call
tape.
you back.
I just looked up our pagers. Do beepers still exist?
Yeah, for doctors.
And yes, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, am I going to get one? Am I finally going to get
What?
a beeper?
Go ahead, go get yourself a
that'd be
beeper.
cool.
What are you gonna do? Well, don't expect me to beep you back right away.
Think how
Well,
cool
no. You and I will not share pager numbers ever. No
Why would
143
you do
for
that?
you.
Well, apparently Parkway South,
hurts.
if a kid, Parkway South High School, if their kid gets caught on their phone, they have like a phone jail
Good. All right.
Yeah.
where they have to stick their phone in at the beginning of class.
I think
get stuck in a cell?
teaching kids as early as you can, because if you're a parent, you're giving your kid a phone, you want to know where they are. I get all that, but how to act in society responsibly. This is a great way to teach a child. Hey, when somebody is speaking to you, you're in a class, you're in an environment where it's a collective learning. The respectful thing to do would not be on it, but still allow them to have it. But there needs to be
Well,
disciplinary.
there's a
action.
lot of kids that are addicted, and there are a lot of adults that are addicted.
Yeah, for sure.
But social media is good for kids.
Yo,
So-
somebody in the chat says at Lindbergh, there's some teachers that have one of them. You know those shoe organizer things, those cheap ass shoe organizers. They have them on the back of their doors, and they're numbered.
Perfect.
And you got number 11, and you come in every day. And when you come into the class, you boop, put your phone in 11, and go sit down.
Easy peasy.
Oh yeah, so it just hangs on the back of the door.
Just hangs on the back
that's
of the
right.
door. That's wonderful.
So Lern sent this to us this morning. Scientists have developed a new internet addiction spectrum.
Nice.
So let's see where you fall on the scale here. Does anybody feel lost when your smartphone is in your hand and you don't have a Wi-Fi signal or you're off the grid?
Oh yeah.
I feel relieved to be forced to be off the grid.
I always am relieved, and then as soon as it's like, oh yeah, I do wonder what the recipe is for this, and you pull your phone out, you're like, I don't know anything.
No, in my mind, and I'm not Lern paranoid
Right.
because that's a way.
That's top
That's
shelf.
like
That your
I don't know,
phone's fault,
That's
Scott.
That's another planet. But if I'm by myself and I'm at a signal, I got no bars, I got no Wi-Fi. I'm like, what if my kids need me?
Yeah.
Well, what if there's an emergency with my wife and she's trying to get... What if?
Right. You start spiraling.
I start spiraling.
What ifs? Those are of the devil.
Well,
What ifs?
Leave those to the devil.
there are times, have you guys ever left your house without it and had to make the decision of, like, just even running errands to be like, I'm just going to go run some errands without it, or turn around and go back and get it?
No, because you know why that doesn't happen to me? Because the first thing I do when I get into my car is plug my phone in.
Yeah.
So, and if I don't see the Apple Play or the CarPlay screen pop up,
Right.
or it gives me options to, pull up Waze or pull up Spotify or whatever, pull up a podcast, I know my phone's inside.
But you'll go in and get it.
But I will go in and get it.
I found myself
right there.
I found myself a lot of places with no signal, and I like it.
Yeah, last
don't.
week I met up with my wife. We were both working on our own projects, and
Moon's got a
I
carrier
got
pigeon.
to the Barnes & Noble to start working, and I realized my phone wasn't home.
Oh.
So, but it did feel good. I
Yeah.
got everything done. I didn't even think about it the rest of the night, really.
I'm
So-
a hot mess.
So scientists, developed this new internet addiction spectrum that reveals how reliant you are on having some kind of connection. So at the bottom of the scale, the bottom end of the scale, are casual users who only go online for specific tasks and then log off without lingering.
Okay.
So to create this internet addiction spectrum, researchers analyzed usage of almost 800 people. And this revealed that young people aged 24 and younger spend an average of 6 hours a day online, primarily on their smartphones. Meanwhile, older people older than 24, spend an average of 4.6 hours online every day. They found no link between gender and internet addiction. So it's not a man-woman thing. Age plays a lot into it.
Gotcha.
So around 15% of users were classified as casual users who go mainly online for specific tasks, log off, all done.
That's not me.
Casual users show no signs of internet addiction and are generally older with an average age of 33.4 years. Next, 22.86% were classified as initial users, who often find themselves online longer than they had initially planned. I think I fall into this category.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Yeah, I catch myself often going, I don't want to be on this, but I am. How did I do this again?
So with an average of
But then I'm off.
So with an average of age 26.1 years, initial users are somewhat neglectful of household chores, but don't consider themselves addicted. And here's what I'm talking about. I'm on the couch. All right, I got to do something in the kitchen. I found myself looking up something. Next thing you know, I'm on YouTube doing those stupid shorts. And I go, damn it, it's been 45 minutes.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ew.
Let me ask you guys this. When you shower, do you just shower, or do you put something on like a Bluetooth through your phone, or do you listen to your phone?
Okay, so now that I shower at night, I will Bluetooth something through my phone. So last night, I Bluetoothed the Monday Night Football game through my Bluetooth from my phone so I could hear
What was going on?
And you
while
can
I was
hear
showering.
that? You can hear that through the shower? Or you got a speaker in your shower?
I got a
Oh, I
speaker
got
in my
it cranked.
shower.
Oh,
Must be
fancy.
nice.
Wow, cool.
So you can't
Oh,
even
I'm
shower
sorry.
without your phone.
You should
My little bitty Bose
Your shower speaker?
shower speaker.
Don't talk about your... Oh.
All right. We're just representing the rest
Me
of
and
the
my
world.
little bitty bows.
Dude, I'm 50-50. Because I like to, like when I run a bath or whenever I'm in a shower, sometimes if like it's the front of the week, like yesterday I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Smartless. It had Matthew McConaughey on. I was trying to finish that episode. So as I showered, I listened to that. But then some nights I just don't want to listen to anything. And I just want to be in there and have just the shower noises.
Sure.
So I'm 50-50.
Moon?
Oh, I don't listen to anything. I mean, I've probably tried it a few times. I can't hear nothing in there.
King?
You don't crank up music in the bathroom?
I don't have any speakers in there, so like the phone's only
You don't
gonna
have a
get so
little
loud.
portable
Put your
like
phone
a
up
Bluetooth
against the
speaker?
wall. I always put my phone towards the wall, and then I'll play. Like last night, I had Tex Williams just playing his list there on Spotify, and
I'm going to buy you a little speaker. I might like Bose little speaker, like waterproof. I take it everywhere. It's like one of the best things I've ever gotten.
I have one that I take like to
That'd
the
be awesome.
beach and the river, but I have made a conscious choice to not. I was bad about it. Like I wouldn't shower without putting a podcast on or music on and all this stuff. And then I worked with Gary Goldman, who I admire a lot, and he was like, "Hey man, your mind needs to marinate." And he's like, "You're a great joke writer, but he's like, you're cheating yourself." He goes, "If you're having a heart," he goes, "just take a shower or wash the dishes. Don't listen to anything. Just wash the dishes and let your brain, and you'll find that your brain is cooking. You don't even know it's cooking, and it's like you'll start thinking of like punchlines and tags. And you'll be like, "Oh, that bit."
Well, I'm not writing jokes. So.
I get that, but I think that it applies to everything. I think we have created, and I'm bad about it, but I think we've created like environments where our brains don't simmer anymore.
100%.
We're not simmering on ideas.
For me, I have too much in my head time, so putting music on is
it's an escape.
Is an escape from me.
I don't want in there.
All right, so taking that initial user thing up a level, 17.96% are addicts in denial.
Yeah.
So they display addictive behaviors like forming new relationships online and neglecting real-world responsibilities to be online. Oh, yeah, man, I got like hundreds of friends, man. Dude, those are like Facebook friends. Mm-hmm. It's not real. No, man, it says right here. I said it's got like 541 friends, man.
Mm-hmm. Look how many pokes I got today. I was poked real hard today. It was
R.I.P.
awesome.
to the poke button on Facebook.
I know.
So addicts in denial who are aged 24 on average won't admit to feeling uneasy when they're not connected. Finally, you got 22.36% who are classified as addicts and openly acknowledge their internet addiction and recognize its negative impact on their lives. Addicts are aged 24 on average, spend 1.6 times more time online than casual users. And they found that the younger you are, the more likely you are to be addicted to the internet, and this tendency decreases with age.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been curious about this since the get-go, and all of us always kind of reevaluate is all of that stuff, what comes with the phone, social media, and I don't want to just like zoom in on social media, but all I do think it's a net good or a net bad.
Social media?
I guess just mean like I mean just like the overall tech in general with the phone and the access and the friends and the social media stuff.
I think it's too complicated of a question to just say.
I'm just saying
yes or no.
Set it down to is it a net good or a net bad?
Yeah.
Typically, I say it's probably a net good. I usually try to land on that. Maybe that's the optimist in me. But my mom did say, like Mama Moon, full on said, listen, she's an adopter. She's in many ways, but she's 80 years old, has an iPhone, texts us, like watches YouTube, listens to our podcast. Like she's not like
OnlyFans now.
A naysayer, even said that she'd go on OnlyFans for $10K a month. She did say that. She said, if somebody wants to look at this whole body, $10K a month, sure. Anyways, so she's an adopter, but something that she said kind of struck me and stuck with me. She's like, you know what? With all this tech and all the greatness that it's brought us and all that kind of stuff, I'd go back to the 70s any day. She goes, we just had healthier minds, healthier outlooks. It was just, we were living better lives.
Well, you could talk about suicide rates since the dawn of social media are way up. Kids going outside are
especially
way down.
With young kids.
Yeah.
Actually, human interaction is way down because kids are sitting at home. Adults are sitting at home.
Dude,
It's almost like conveniences are
You're right,
not
man.
so good.
You know what she actually said? The words she said? She said, if I could go back to the 70s and how we lived there, you could take this tech and shove it.
I think social media.
That's
she's
all
right.
old people. Everybody wants to go back to the time that they were like comfortable.
She's just comparing mental health and how she felt
I agree.
like the world was interacting with itself.
Man. I was what Rizz just said. I was at Walmart yesterday. I went to Edwardsville. Went to my dentist. Went to Walmart to grab a couple things, some dog food and stuff like that. And I was walking around, and there were like workers, and like I walked past a worker stocking shelves, and I was just like, "Hey, man, how's it going?"
Crickets.
Nothing. Then just like looked down at the floor, waited for me to pass, and I get it. You're at work, man. Watched him interact with like two other people the same way. Watch people in the aisles interact, and
We always had shoegazers.
We do. And I'm not saying that, I'm not giving this a negative or positive connotation. Maybe it's a good thing. We live in a less polite society than we did 20 years ago. That is a fact. People are over pleasantries. People are over small talk. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that was all BS. And we have a more honest society. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm not ready to put a connotation on it, but it is a factual, a thing that I experience in the world is I'm like, we're over being a polite society and showing like small moments of kindness to each other. It's much more rare now.
Attention spans are down. We're at each other's throats more often. I have a little girl at home. I have a teenage girl at home. And, I'll check to see what's going on TikTok and on Instagram. It is wild.
Yeah, man.
Girls with body dysmorphia now because of it, jealousy issues, bullying.
There's a lot of creative expression, though, too.
Sure.
Listen. And let me say this. I'm in a drought.
Fun.
I've been thinking about this for weeks. I look at my social media profiles lately. I was on it yesterday, and I'm trying, you are a brand, you are your business. I am just so not into posting anymore. I do take pictures, and I do love creative expression. And for some reason, I am just, last night I forced myself, I was like, all right, I'm going to do a September, video diary on stupid TikTok because I haven't posted in 2 months or a month or whatever. And I did it, and I was creative with it, and I had a little bit of joy that peaked. But then I thought, I'm not getting anything from this. And so I'm kind of and I remember talking to older people in my life in this business, and whenever social media started to become an accompaniment to what we do on the radio, they were like, no, this is I want nothing to do with this. And I'm slowly going into that realm. And I don't know if it's because I do so much back end stuff for our show, and if it just feels like work now. I just
careful the way you say that. I do so much back end stuff for our show.
Say again.
Anyway, I got the job. I got what you're saying.
It's not even fun for me as a personal person. So I don't know.
Sure.
I'm just in a drought, and I haven't been feeling creative in that way.
I feel that way sometimes. It has become a necessity in comedy.
Yeah.
You have to be on social media. And whatever the new social media is, you got to get on that one, too.
And this job, too. Listen, maybe we can get rid of social media and have something else fill the void. Oktoberfest officially ends today. So it's over. You might still see events happening throughout the weekend. But the big one in Munich is over. And whenever I see the word Munich written out, I think of a former air personality on this here radio show. Not show, but the station. Who remember the Steven Spielberg movie Munich?
Heard
we
of
were
it.
giving out free movie screening passes, see the movie early.
Okay.
And this dear, nicest guy in the world, the sweetheart, he pronounced it Munich. And I remember being at a remote somewhere. I'm like, did he just say Munich? Giving out advanced screening passes to the movie Munich. What? It's Munich, but okay. Anyway.
Munich.
Maybe Oktoberfest should run all year, though, because 1 in 7 Americans think drinking like a fish might actually make the world a better place.
Yes, alcohol often.
So
makes
12,000
situations better.
Americans were asked whether society would be better off if people drank more beer in general, and 15% of us said yes.
Yeah, alcoholics.
Old people. Old people that haven't dabbled in any sort of other things that are going on.
Beer's all right.
The old buzz killers out there, 49% think we'd be better off if people drank less.
Yeah.
The other 36% aren't sure or think our current beer intake is pretty spot on. I think that's where I am. I think everything's okay. I don't think more people need to start drinking for the world to be a better place.
Say 2020, didn't that show that most of the people were drinking and we had a pretty fun season?
I guess, and surprise, surprise, men were also twice as likely to say more beer would be a good thing.
Yeah.
What a more beautiful world it would be. Everything just looks prettier.
Just hammered.
Wow.
That's how you know you're getting older, is when you drink your ass off and then the next day, it's actually 48 hours of a hangover. Because that's where I'm at. I cannot drink like I used to.
Yeah.
Unless I want to be down for the whole weekend.
Couple days, no more getting up.
I'm going to that bourbon festival on Friday, and I'm terrified.
You're terrified?
I'm going, oh man! I'm already looking at the week.
If I wasn't going to South Bend over the weekend, I'd be right there with you.
I know. What do you do?
That's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, just control yourself.
I will. I got 2 remotes this weekend. I got to be
Just
at
control
Together
yourself.
Credit Union on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Come see your girl.
I've heard a couple of people suggest make sure you're eating. Make sure you eat.
Yeah, eat.
You know,
yeah.
water
Before you get all that bourbon in you.
Yeah, take
Water
advantage of the food.
And just one more thing before we hit the next commercial break. And Rafe, you may want to put the name Berkey Belser into your in memoriam.
Berkey Belser.
Berkey Belser.
Burpee.
You may not know this guy's name. But damn it, you see this guy's work on everything at a store.
This guy related to Richard Belzer?
No, that's Belzer. This is Belser.
Belser.
B-E-L-S-E-R. Berkey Belser, graphic designer. He passed away last week at the age of 76. He designed the nutrition facts label you see on food packaging. He's the guy.
Wow.
He's the guy. He's the guy. He died last Monday at his home in Bethesda. Bladder cancer got him. His nutrition label debuted in 1994 after Congress passed the Nutrition Labeling and Education Act. We're still using it almost 30 years later.
Yeah, he saved a lot of lives.
They've tweaked it a couple times since then, but it's largely unchanged. Now, before the early 90s, food companies didn't have to list calories or things like serving size and saturated fat. When it came to knowing what you were eating, free for all. Yeah.
Just trust us.
So his design was praised for being simple, straightforward, easy to understand. President Clinton gave him a Presidential Design Award for it.
Wow.
And the head of the FDA back then still calls him an absolute genius. This guy, you want to know what a genius this guy was?
Yeah.
So not only did he design the nutrition label, he also designed the bright yellow energy guide label that you see on everyday appliances.
A little star?
Neat.
The
No,
energy-
it's a yellow tag.
And it says energy in black letters.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Has the little lightning bolt thing or whatever it is, and then it has basically like a table with a linear graph and has a little
yeah.
upside down triangle and tells you how much you're going to save.
From washing machines to TVs. That's all this guy.
What a guy.
So let's stand up
Oh,
and salute him.
respect.
Berkey Belzer. Job well done.
Yeah.
Berkey.
You're a legend.
I hope that when they bury Berkey in a perfect world, you can flip his coffin around and look on the back, and it tells you the contents of the coffin. 100% Berkey. No additives.
How many calories?
A little bit of silk lining. How many calories for the worms are in there?
Yeah, we
The
salute
perfect
you,
world.
Berkey.
It's on there.
Yeah. You did it, buddy. Rest easy. All right, that's your news. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and we're going to play
Da-da-da-da.
new show, Who
This.
Dis? New show, Who Dis? So, Lern gave us a questionnaire about a month or two ago. We filled it out. Lern took all of our answers. And what she's going to do is she's going to ask you guys on the phone a specific question about somebody on the show.
Yes.
It could be either myself or Moon or Lern or Rafe or King Scott.
You have a 1 in 5 chance of winning.
Right.
And also, if you've listened to the show for a number of years,
This will be easy.
this will be easy. If you're a new listener to the show, a lot of it's going to be on brand for each of us, so you still have a chance to guess, and so you get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah, there may be a couple questions that have 2 right answers.
Yes, there are going to be a couple of us were the same in our answers.
Same. We are same.
We are same.
So 2 out of 3 right, you win.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. We've got, let me see, WWE SmackDown tickets next Friday, October 6th. That's this Friday. This Friday, Scott.
Oh, sorry.
This Friday, October 6th, over at Enterprise Center. We got tickets to go see Helmet next Wednesday over at Delmar Hall. We got tickets to go see Ludo Friday night, October 27th, over at the Pageant. And we get tickets to go see Tech 9 with Hollywood Undead Monday night, October 16th, over at the Factory. If you want to play new show, Who Dis? 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. We'll play next. Question before we get to the contest here. So we had the electrician at the house last week. We needed a ceiling fan installed, and I'm not that handy, just so you guys know. So don't ask me to do anything like that for you.
Okay.
Got that, Rafe?
Got it.
So if you need a ceiling fan installed, don't think I'm going to call my buddy Rizz. He's going to come do it. No.
Yeah, you weren't high on my list.
No.
What can you do? Like, can you do anything?
Not much.
Okay. Like, no, you can't install like a sink or a.
No. Although when we built the farmhouse, I did learn a lot of things. I'm not comfortable though doing things on my own.
Not savvy in that
especially
way.
when it comes to electricity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't mess with that.
Like I'm not like okay, you have a leak, I could fix that. I installed a toilet by myself.
You did? Okay.
That was fine. Did all that. Did the whole ceiling.
Did you watch a YouTube video to do it?
Sure. And I took advice from somebody who I know and trust, and they do that kind of thing. Electricity though, no, I'm not messing with that.
All right.
I'm not messing with that. So we booked the electrician at the house last week. So my wife said, trying to coordinate schedule. Somebody's got to be home. So my wife said, anytime after 10:30. So I booked the appointment for 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
So after booking the appointment, she informed me that 10:30 is not after 10:30.
Oh.
So what? So what does after 10:30 mean to you? Anytime after 10:30.
I hear that and I go, okay, 10:30 is okay.
Yeah.
So she meant that she had a meeting until 10:30, so book it after that. Then why not say 11?
Yeah, you got to. I don't know the distance in which you have to travel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or any of that kind of stuff.
Like, what's the threshold there?
10:30 is okay. 10:30 is when I'm finally free, so that means I can. book it
Anytime after 10:30. So 10:31?
Yeah, 10:35.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm not crazy.
This is an in-person thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Then you have to get. I think they're so used to being accessible again from phones and Zoom calls and stuff. Anytime after 10:30 means like, okay, well, let's do a Zoom for 10:35, a Zoom for 10:40.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I'm not.
Nah, I think you're good.
I'm not a crazy person.
You're okay.
I mean, you're a crazy person, but this has nothing to do with it.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. So like yesterday, when I scheduled my next dental appointment, they were like, what time of day are you available? And I said anytime after 11.
Meaning 11 is okay. 11
because
and
I'm
beyond.
factoring in my getting off the air at 10
and driving
to where I need to be. I can't get there till 11. So I gave them a time I was available. So I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I think you're right, man.
Anytime after 10:30. That means 10:30 and
10:30 moving on.
Moving on.
Otherwise, factor in your drive time, factor in your chill time.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a meeting and then anytime after 10:30. Okay, so 10:30. 10:30. I'm fine. Okay, good. Fine. I'm fine.
You're good, man.
I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you.
We support.
Yeah, it's the little things that, we just got to make clear sometimes. Oh, good. I'm glad that's cleared up.
Just got a text from your wife.
Yeah, done.
Says, how dare you?
Right.
Let's give away some stuff. We're playing new show, Who Dis. If anything, you'll learn something about each and every one of us today with this particular game that Lern has cultivated. She's got the answers from our very extensive questionnaire that Lern gave us about a month or two ago.
Yeah, the consolation prize is you get to learn about us a little bit more if you don't guess correctly.
If you don't guess correctly. So we got you on the phone. Lern's going to ask you a question about us. You just have to tell us which one of it, one of us, this question has to do with.
1 in 5 chance.
1 in 5 chance. Myself, Moon, Lern, Rafe, King Scott.
Sometimes better than 1 in 5, right? Because there's a couple matchy matches.
Yeah, she'll say, this person, blah, blah, blah. You have to guess what person it is. 2 out of 3 right, you win your choice of prizes. WWE SmackDown tickets, Friday night over at Enterprise, helmet tickets, tickets to go see Ludo, and tickets to go see Tech 9 with Hollywood Undead. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Let's go to the phones. And Zane. Good morning, Zane.
Good morning. How's it going, everybody?
So far, so good, Zane. Here we go. New show, Who Dis?
All right, Zane. This person lists playing guitar and hiking as 2 of their favorite hobbies. Who is it on the show?
I'm going to go with Moon.
Is it Moon?
It is actually Rafe.
Playing guitar and going hiking?
Yeah.
You play guitar?
Yeah.
This has never come up.
Well,
that's a trick question right there.
Well, let me tell you this. Maybe you never asked.
So in the 3-4 months you've worked here,
yeah,
you've never brought up once that you play guitar.
Well, I don't play well.
No.
I don't play well.
He just dabbles in guitar.
I literally told you guys
a little bit about it.
I went to Chicago and bought myself a nice guitar. I explained the guitar to you.
No, I remember that guitar,
day.
but I thought you were collecting it.
Yes,
I thought it was
you're an
okay.
investor.
I thought you were investing in a guitar.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what it was.
Yes, I do.
I didn't make it clear that when I bought the guitar, it was intending to play.
I do remember that story. Yes,
I like that
do
we're getting
remember
yelled
that
at
story.
for our answers.
No, I do remember that
That's
story.
the best part of the game.
I do remember you telling that story, but I've never heard you.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn to
Talk
play
about
guitar.
playing.
It's
Also,
something I always regretted.
Zane's good guess because Moon plays guitar and he likes to go hiking. But on this
That's his
questionnaire,
profession.
those are his professions and his mind escape. For hobbies, this is what Rafe does. Anyway, question 2.
Okay, question 2. 0 for 1, Zane.
Sorry, Zane.
Zane, this person's first job was a busboy at CC's Pizza. Who was it on the show?
Ooh. I'm going to go King Scott.
That's
Is it King
correct.
Scott?
Right. All right.
So 13-year-old does work at CC's Pizza.
Yeah, the only,
13 years old?
Seems like he likes CC's.
He does.
the only attachment I have to CC's is I passed a kidney stone in one of their urinals.
Very
That'll be a question for another day.
Congratulations, man.
We're not going to use
Who
that
passed-
question.
Thank you.
Passed a kidney stone at his CC.
So they hired you at 13?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
No.
Everything
it
is
was
legal
at the
in
time.
Springfield.
Then they passed laws where I couldn't work past 9 or something on weekdays, but my mom didn't really want me to anyway.
Do you remember how much you got paid?
Oh, it was like $4.
Pizza.
Something like a little
Four
less than
slices.
So $4.25 was minimum wage when I was in the service.
So probably about
McDonald's.
that. Yeah.
Nice.
I
So probably around
crushed
that.
it. Then I'd probably get about $1 tip every few days.
All right. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Comes down to this last question, Zane.
Zane, this person has worked at MTV. Who is it on the show?
Whoa.
Can you say that one more time, Lern?
Yes, which person on the show has worked at MTV?
That's music television, Zane.
Oh. I'm gonna go Lern?
Show me, Learn.
That's incorrect.
Nope.
It's
Nope,
Rizz.
that was me.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Rizz.
But cool of you to
Worked
think
at
that I
MTV News
was
back
cool
in
enough.
1997.
Rizz was on the grind.
As a background dancer.
He was Eric Neese's fluffer on the grind in 1994.
No, I worked for MTV News. I was writing stories for MTV News Online when it
That
first
is so
came
cool.
out. It
Wow.
was-
Ever meet Kurt Loder?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was writing stories about the Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys.
Tell me what
So
they
you're
want.
hating your
Hanson.
life.
They really, really want.
And the only cool thing was like Beck's Odelay just came out, and I got to work the Howard Stern Private Parts premiere party.
That is cool as
Which was
hell.
cool.
I'm so
Madison Square
jealous.
Garden. I had to write a story about it, and my short-lived MTV News career.
Jealous, man.
How many weeks? How many months?
Probably about 6-7 months.
Nice.
Dang.
Yeah. Site. 1515 Broadway was the offices. All right, Ed.
Good morning.
Hello, Ed. Let's play new show. Who dis?
All right, Ed. This person's one guilty pleasure is an egg salad sandwich on road trips.
I know this one.
Who is it on the show?
That sounds like a Scott thing, to be honest.
And it is a Scott thing, to be honest.
Well done.
Careful, buddy. Egg salad sandwich on a road trip.
Clarify which Scott.
Whoa.
That's okay. We know which Scott.
Whoa, getting crazy.
I love that this
Salad.
is your guilty
What?
pleasure,
Yes.
and I want to have it as mine. It is so
It's,
great.
You know,
I eat Scott eats an egg salad sandwich and immediately prays on it.
I bet you Friday night. Hey, talks to his wife. What are we doing tonight?
Oh, what are
no
we doing?
plans. Well, how about I make some egg salad?
I'm feeling bad
It's like,
today.
yeah, we can go to,
Bad
Hey.
boy.
she
And
said
take a
we can go
ride.
to Wally's, and I'm like, no, it's got to be one of those gas stations that has no brand attached
That's right.
to it.
Yeah.
That's right. Did it.
There.
Feeling naughty.
Let's drive by Cahokia Mounds.
I have a chill.
King's feeling a little naughty today. I think King's gonna have himself a little.
Eggy.
Little
Egg
toasted
salad
bread and a
Sammy.
little egg sandwich.
I want it wrapped in saran wrap. I don't want a label on it. I don't want it to say Landshire or nothing like that. I don't want to know who made it.
Yeah.
Don't put any dates on it either. I don't want to be grossed out.
God, I
In
love
fact, give me the one in the back
you. That's
of the
awesome.
case.
All right.
All right, sorry, Ed, you had to be a part of this. Ed.
Ed is so turned on.
Ed is aroused. All right, Ed. This person's favorite food is nachos.
It's tough.
Favorite food is nachos. I will say Moon.
That
Show
is
me,
incorrect. It's me. I love nachos.
Lern loves nachos. Ha ha
Dude.
ha ha ha.
Chicken nachos, regular nachos, barbecue sauce on nachos. Throw everything at me.
You know, what?
Love nachos. Anyway,
Do you nuke them or do you put them in the oven?
I buy them from somebody else who has made them for me.
Oh, you don't make them at home?
No.
You don't.
Really?
I did the
some
microwave
cheese
nachos
yourself.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
But the cheese always gets so hard.
It's,
you know?
It's a late night trash guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Oh, and you got a bag of tortilla chips and you got a block of cheese.
We
and
went
you
to-
I always run into
salsa.
Learn at the
Let's
gas
go.
station when I
Let's
get my
go.
egg sandwich.
You and I would be terrible on road trips with our food.
I just watched a TikTok of like 12-layer nachos in an air fryer, and I gotta say, look into
Really?
it. Look into it, people. Haven't done it, but Man,
I'm down.
looked awesome.
Okay, comes down to this, Ed.
Down to the last one.
All right, Ed. This person says Alfred Borden from the movie The Prestige is the movie character who best describes them. Who is it?
That's Moon.
That's
Yeah.
Moon.
Yeah, baby.
Ed wins.
All right.
He almost
A+
sounded
for
mad
Ed.
about it.
Take the tickets.
I told you that a long time ago that
earnest.
you remind me of Christian Bale. Maybe not
That's
this character,
Sweet.
but you have Christian Bale
Love it.
everywhere.
You remind me of him in The Machinist.
Oh, man. That wasn't his best look.
Yeah, you got that look.
Anybody that knows that movie.
Or what
knows
about
that
when he's
was
Dick
a
Cheney and
heck of a
what
reference.
was that
That's
movie?
me.
That's the opposite
W.
of the
Yeah,
machinist.
That's my
that's
Was he in,
you.
was it W?
No, what
he
was
was
it
in
called?
Vice.
Vice.
Yeah,
Right.
that was
Vice.
a great
Great.
movie.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
movie.
And he was doing
Nice
the,
job, by the way.
the opposite body
Taller.
than he did in The Machinist.
All right, Chris, you ready to play?
Yes, sir.
All right, new show. Who dis?
All right, Chris, the best book that this person has ever read was a book called War of Art. Who is it on the show?
I'm going to have to go with Moon.
Show me, Moon.
It's incorrect. That is Rafe.
Rafe.
That's me, baby.
War of Art.
War of Art. It's a great book. I recommend it to everyone.
What's that
dude.
about?
It's by a guy named Stephen Pressfield, and it is about creativity and like holding yourself accountable and fighting resistance and how to be an artist. It's a great book. Nice try. No,
What?
it's great. You're wrong, dude. You're wrong, dude. I want to give it to you, and you're going to apologize to me on air.
All right.
All right,
Great
Chris. In 10 years, this person hopes to be in Florida doing nothing. Who is it on the show?
That would be Rizzuto.
Hell yeah.
Rizzuto. Very good.
Oh, I'm doing it. Oh yeah. It's
10
on
years.
it's on my vision board.
Wait a minute. 10 years? We got 10 years of this show that we have to get other
Oh
jobs?
yeah. 10 years.
How old
Yeah.
will you be? You'll be 55.
55.
It's not
I can
retirement
do this
age?
show from there.
No, you can't.
I can. We have the technology.
All right.
We'll all be holograms by then anyway. Am I right?
That's
Am I
true.
right?
All right,
Comes
Chris.
out of this, Chris.
Number 3, this person's first ever job was in landscaping. Who is it on the show?
Oh, say Moon.
That was me.
It was Rizz. You talk so much about being in the service of McDonald's.
That
I
wasn't my
think people-
first job, though. The first job was working for my parents' friends who had a landscaping
I
company.
see.
Yeah. You've talked about it on the air.
Yep.
And 14 years old, they would come at the crack of dawn with a stupid truck. Summer months, I was the weed whack boy. Oh, weed whack boy!
There he is.
Hold on, let me get my whacker on this.
Yeah. Hey, whacker.
Rizzuto!
Where they would,
Yes, sir.
the other employees would, have the big deck, self-powered mowers, which
Right.
were awesome with the 2 squeeze handles.
Yeah.
Go left and right.
Yeah.
We were.
And I wasn't allowed to use that. I was,
That's actually
calling
what,
the weed whack boy.
that's actually what you did at MTV.
You
You
were
were
the
the
weed whack
landscape guy.
Yeah.
at MTV.
Man, but I could edge, though. Turn that weed whacker
Yeah.
edge and then put the backpack mower on, which was cool.
Do you still have all this equipment at your house and you do that for yourself?
No.
Oh.
I
Okay.
hire a weed whack boy. Let's go to Leah in Maplewood. Good morning, Leah.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, let's play new show, Who Dis?
All right, Leah. Before working here, this person had a job working at the old Rock House in St. Louis. Who was it on the show?
Ooh, I'm gonna go kind of a guess. But I'm gonna go with Lern.
That's correct.
Oh,
Right.
I worked at the old Rock. I was the marketing director there for like a year, and I got fired.
You did? Who fired
They
you?
like cleaned house. Mark Renaud. I still love him very much. He was the GM at the time. That
They
place
just
was
cleaned out,
interesting.
so it wasn't
They cleaned
because
out.
Love that place.
Yeah, it wasn't because I was bad. I mean, I probably
Negligence?
wasn't that great. I mean, I had a good time. I felt loved by everybody I worked with, but yeah, they cleaned house.
Did
and-
you, when your first day, you looked around and go, I'm going to market the crap out of
Did
this.
John Metz work there at the time?
No, I don't think he did.
He runs it now.
It was
I love
cool
John.
as hell, though. So the old Rock House is down on 7th, I think, and then right across the street is the Art of Living building, and that's where our offices were, and they were super modern, and that was like the first time I felt like a grown-up having my like cool city office
Yeah.
job, you know?
Yeah. And
I
then,
like that venue, too.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then,
You're fired.
You're fired.
And in case your ears are get the out.
all right, 1 for 1. Here we go.
All right, Leah.
New show, Who
How
Dis?
did they fire you?
Why or how?
How?
With heart and grace. Mark Renaud's a sweetheart.
Boring.
I know.
All right.
All right, Leah. If this person could trade places with a celebrity for a week, they would trade places with Bear Grylls. Who is it on the show?
Oh, I'm gonna guess Rafe.
Show me, Rafe.
Good guess, but it was actually King Scott.
King Scott.
Word.
That's a good guess.
Dang it.
I mean, that's a
Lady.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
I won't even go camping without a cabin. I ain't trading places with Bear Grylls. I appreciate that, but
Just want to know how to survive.
I just
You're
want
the
to
man
sneeze.
of the show.
survive all
Women
week.
see you
I
that
am
way.
Bear Grylls, lady.
All right, comes down to this last one.
All right,
That's a good
Leah.
guess.
This person's hobby is playing soccer. Who is it on the show?
Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this is Moon.
Show me, Moon.
That's correct.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
take CrossFit.
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
Softball.
All right.
Very happy for her.
Nice job. These are all coming down to the third question, down to the wire, and I like it.
All right, Justin.
Good morning, Rizzuto Show.
Justin.
Good morning.
New show. Who dis?
All right, Justin, number one. The animal that this person is most afraid of is ticks. Who is it on the show?
That's really a toss-up between two of them. I'm gonna have to go with Rizz.
Rizz. No, I love
Incorrect.
ticks.
Rizz is
Love
really a
What
big
was your
fan.
What was your second guess?
It was gonna be Moon because I remember Rizz talking about how the little girl in his neighborhood got stepped in a kick.
Yeah.
It was
yeah,
Moon.
It was Moon.
Yep.
Moon is deathly afraid of ticks.
See, it was a toss-up.
Good try, though, Justin. Let's get
Oh
on
for
this.
1. New show. Who dis?
All right,
Biffed
Justin. Pasta is this person's favorite food.
Rizz.
That's
Yeah. Oh, no.
immediately. Yeah.
Dude, quickest answer of the day.
I know, and I
Spaghetti in bed,
accidentally hit the
no
buzzer.
shirt.
Okay. Comes out of this last one here.
All right, Justin.
This is Body by Pasta, by the way.
Body by pasta.
Justin, this person's favorite podcast to listen to is a podcast called Time Suck. Who is it on the show?
Rizz.
Yeah!
Very good. That's excellent.
All right.
Hang on. That's our buddy Dan Cummins, and his latest Time Suck episode is about the Korean War. Learning a lot.
You are.
Learning a lot, yes. Didn't know a lot about the Korean War. Now
Good for you.
I know a little bit because I'm not done with the podcast.
Dude, you know what's amazing is so my dad was in Korea the majority of his time in Vietnam. And as a kid, I hear Korea and I was seeing slides and different
Makes
things.
sense.
Doesn't make any sense. He was on a base in Korea during a
It was just the way you
A
said
war
it.
over in Asia?
My dad was in Korea during his time in Vietnam. I was like, oh, wait.
yeah,
Stationed.
So he was drafted and he spent the majority of his time over in Korea. And as a kid, all I heard was Korea and war. And then I was doing like a presentation, and this is like in middle school. And I had, my dad doesn't talk about the service or any of that kind of stuff. And I did an entire thing. I did all this research and presented that my dad was in the Korean War. And I did all this stuff about the
Like,
Korean
how
War.
old's
I
your
learned all
dad?
this stuff. I know. And at the end of the thing, I remember the teacher, I remember thinking like, am I getting everything wrong? Because the teacher has the weirdest look on his face. And this is like an old history head guy, right? And I was like, what is happening? And at the end, he goes, your dad was in the Korean War. And I go, sure was. Here's all the slides. Here's all the pictures. And it didn't hit me until months later. And I mentioned it like, hey, I got a B on the presentation about your time in the Korean War. And he goes, son, what's wrong with you? I was in the Korean War.
Yeah.
That was in 58 or whatever the heck it was.
They call the Korean War the Forgotten War. It was between World War II and Vietnam. And
I was going to ask your dad, which side was he on?
well, here's a fun fact: Chuck Norris in Delta Force is based off of Moon's dad. He doesn't like to talk about it.
Nope.
I
Actually,
heard
Chuck
that.
Norris is just based on my dad.
That's he doesn't like to talk about it. But
That makes
Yeah.
sense. So,
all right, one final contestant here. Let's go to Luke in Belleville. Luke, hello.
Good morning, guys.
Luke, new show.
Good morning.
Who dis?
all right, Luke. This person's favorite food is their mom's taco dip. This isn't a joke. Who is it on the show?
Race?
Mom's
That
taco
is
dip.
correct.
Hell yeah, it's me, brother. What do you mean? Did I write this isn't a joke?
No, but mom's taco just sounds really funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that.
Hey, we were all talking
Me
about fuzzy
neither.
taco yesterday, having a real thrill about
Me
my
neither.
vagina experience.
You're dirty.
And now we can't say that
You
this is happening.
just besmirched my mother's dish.
What makes your mother's taco dip?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'll make it for you guys. She does. It's not your typical bullcrap taco dip. She takes sour cream, and cream cheese, in equal parts, and then she mixes them together in a mixing bowl, and that's the base layer. Then she cooks taco meat, puts that in. Then we got a layer of black olives, tomatoes, fresh cut green peppers. She puts that all on the top. Very colorful, very beautiful. Puts a whole layer, entire 1 pound bag of sharp cheddar cheese, I'm assuming. Okay, and then we hooked, and then you either dip it in Frito Scoops or Doritos.
Dude, Frito Scoops. Hey, give it up for
Give it
Frito
a
Scoops.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's a good chip. Good. It doesn't break.
No.
You can get a aggressive amount of dip on a Frito Scoop.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
and the structural integrity is never.
Those little Tostitos, get them out of here.
And
they
it will
break
make
immediately.
And it will make an okay dip taste really good. Like even like that nasty canned bean dip. If you add a Frito Scoop to it,
Dude,
you go,
Frito Scoops.
This is fine.
Well, the little like Tostitos cups,
dude,
they're
little,
sharp.
Frito Scoops are like backhoes. They're little handheld backhoes for your gluttony. And I love it.
When you see a bag of those, you go, it's time to do some work.
Yeah. And if you connect all those Fritos and you put them around your iPhone,
Joe time.
you won't have any radiation coming out.
It blocks radiation.
Yeah, that's
it's
how good
Joe
those are.
time. You see a Frito Scoop, it's Joe time.
Somebody said, slow down as you were describing that. We should have had orgasmic food later.
Well, I put a hard hat on every time I...
Dude, I'm telling you, it is the superior... I take it to Super Bowl parties and places, and people are like, man, this is the best taco dip I've ever had. And
Shout out to Jackie.
Jackie hooks it up.
Well,
Shout
I want
out to
some
Jackie.
now.
She's hooking it up. It's good.
All right, Luke.
1 for 1. Here we go.
Luke, this person spends most of their money at Target. Who is it on the show?
Lern.
It's me.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm doing Target drive up once a week.
Congratulations, Luke.
Freaking
Hang on
mess.
1 second.
Very good.
Good job,
Should we
Luke.
do one more?
Sure.
One more. All right, pick 1 or 2, Lern.
2.
2. Let's go to Rick in Troy. Rick, final contestant, new show. Who it is? Let's play.
All right, Rick. This person has broken their collarbone. Who would that be on the show?
Let's go Moon.
Moon?
That's incorrect. That's Rafe.
Rafe, you
Me,
broke
dog.
your collarbone.
Broke
huh?
my collarbone. Casey Lohman pushed me off a swing set when I was 4 or 5 years old.
Should we have him eliminated?
It was she. Had a pretty big crush on her, to be honest. She's one of my best friends, to be honest. We went through. Remember those swing sets that you buy at Walmart that had like the teeter-totter?
Yeah.
That would like kind of go back and forth?
Yes. Made of metal?
Made of metal and sharp, just razor
Sharp.
blades. It was made of razor blades.
And sharp plastic.
Yeah, dude. I was trying to do what every kid does, the climb up on the A-frame part of because it was like an aluminum thing, and it had like the bar that went across, and I was standing on, she was holding the teeter-totter still while I tried to use it to climb up onto the A-frame, and then evil got in her, and she just goes, bye, and pushed the teeter-totter, and my feet went out from under me, and I was gone, and I came down on that crossbar and broke my collarbone.
Did you cry?
Bummer, dude.
Yeah, I think I cried. And you know what's crazy? That's the only bone I've ever broken.
Huh.
Good to know.
Thanks, Casey.
Thanks, Casey. You made me indestructible.
All right,
She
Rick.
broke my heart.
Here we
Now
go.
nothing hurts.
All right, Rick.
Okay.
This person has taken karate before. Who is it on the show?
Oh, crap.
Ah.
I'm going to have to say King Scott.
King Scott, have you taken karate?
I have not.
No way.
Moon.
It's
No way.
Moon
He's
took karate with little kids recently.
I have.
He was like Kramer and Seinfeld.
That's right. My
Nah,
kids,
I don't have
No
to take
way.
classes because I already know karate.
He was beating up
do?
little kids.
I was beating up little kids.
Beating up little kids in the karate class.
My kids were young. They were super shy. And they needed a nudge.
Can we say if Rick gets this one right, he just can win? Since it's you're
That sounds good to me.
technically he's lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's 0 for 2, but you
Oh,
got the
but he's
drum
got the
roll
drums going,
so
so-
we got it. We
Oh,
have
fine,
to honor
okay.
it.
All right, let's see. Rick,
Rick's still on
you
the
guys
phone.
are nice.
All
this
right.
should
Next
happen.
goal wins.
Let's do it.
Sudden death.
All right, sudden death, Rick.
All right.
When you were already
Show
dead.
who dis.
All right, new
Yeah, I
show.
know.
Who dis? Rick. This person has taken jujitsu before. Who is it on the show?
Wow, back-to-back martial arts questions.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Let's go Rizz.
Show me, Rizz.
That's incorrect.
No.
It was me.
You took jujitsu, huh?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes, I took it. I took
Did you say judo?
judo.
Ju-
Isn't jujitsu and judo the same?
No.
Oh, I took judo then.
So apparently
Give him the
you
ticket.
dropped
Give him
out
the
pretty
ticket.
early.
You did
It
good.
sounds like you took
Rick is
a
gone.
class.
Jesus.
I did one semester.
One of us took
in
jujitsu.
junior
That's right, it's me, master of
Yes,
judo.
Judo.
The art of throwing.
Judo's throwing.
Hey, they're
I was a
Jiu-jitsu's
professional
rolling.
boxer. That's right.
I was rolling and
Taekwondo.
throwing.
They're both Japanese, I think.
I swear
What?
to God, the interchangeability of that class at SWIC was judo and jujitsu. So I probably took them both.
Judo no jujitsu.
All right, grab on celebrities after the break.
Either way, he was wrong.
Our buddy Polo's going to be here soon.
Oh, good.
8:33.
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I love the album. Wonderful, Wonderful is out now. It is.
What's going on?
We got a show to do, man.
Hey, I need to go say hi to my boy King Scott.
Yeah.
There's freaking
Say
letters
howdy?
in the old radio.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing I noticed, first of all, buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
First of all, welcome Polo Asensio to the studio.
I love it. I love it. 10 people here just waiting for me to clap. The first thing I noticed is our girlfriend. You're everybody's girlfriend.
I know. You're my.
Yes.
And it's National Boyfriend Day, which I love that you're here
Oh,
because
let's
you're the
go.
boyfriend of the show. Anyway, back to you. What?
Why are you laughing over there?
Just like,
You are the show's boyfriend. That's it.
It's
I'll
National
take it. I'll take it.
That's why he's here, National Boyfriend.
That's
yeah,
right.
it was a surprise for you. You like your surprise?
I do. I love it. Where's your guac?
Oh,
That would have been
you
even
think-
better.
Is that because he's Mexican? You think he just pulls
No,
guac out of his
because
pocket?
Walks
you
around with
guys salivate every time we talk about his guacamole.
Because she
so-
likes nachos.
Yes.
She's Ms. Nacho King.
I thought
Queen.
because Rafe mentioned taco dip, Polo appears.
Right.
It's like the lamp. It's like the
Like
magic word.
Beetlejuice.
Like the genie. I'm like Will Smith. Well, not really. but-
No.
It is funny. Every time certain
He did
characters.
slap me when he came in.
Anytime certain characters in the world are mentioned, like Rizz has like a thing, like so, like Ray Lewis, he's like, "Where's the suit, Ray?" And anytime you're mentioned, our fans say, "What's the guac recipe, Polo?"
Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
I'm not telling anybody. And I love it. I love the fact that people in here
Just
think
kidding.
they know what's in it.
Well, that's the funny thing is
This dude,
he
mister, I know it
Yeah,
all.
I think it's mayo.
he
It's not
told
I think it's mayo.
I think
Even
it's
if it's mayo,
avocados.
what kind of mayo? Is it the one with lemon? No lemon? There's no mayo in there.
Like a homemade mayo, or is it like Duke's?
Here's how secretive.
Almonds.
Mexican mayo?
Here's how secretive Polo is about it. He typed it out for me, sent it to me, and all that kind of stuff. And then I mentioned it, and
Redacted.
he goes, "You don't know if that's the real one."
Oh, they didn't made you eat it.
Savage.
He made
No.
you dip it in the guacamole.
He
then eat it
basically
in front, eat it in
made
front
me
of me.
question it. So I don't even know if
He
I have
sent
the
you a
real one.
recipe, but it was all blacked out and redacted like
Yeah.
UFO government files.
By the way, Rafe, I mentioned to my wife and my daughter, like they like some different things that I like sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned Taylor Trash Tammy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't follow her, not because I don't like her or anything, but
Just don't.
My wife and my daughter, they went crazy. No way! I'm like, yeah, I know this guy. Oh my gosh, she's great. Da, da, da. So please
Yeah.
tell her the two Mexican American ladies love
will.
her. So
I'll text her right
Taylor,
now.
Taylor Trash,
All right.
Mexican American Tammy from now on.
Got it.
Anyway, all right, guys, it's your show. Today, I promise you, I'm not going to make this my show. It's your show.
No, I know. I do.
I
wanna
wanna be
talk
a guest. I wanna be a guest.
okay,
I don't wanna be
sit
the
down,
host.
relax. Sit down, relax.
He wore his pork steak shirt, though, and I appreciate the hell out of that.
You have a pork steak shirt on.
It's baseball connotation.
Yeah.
3 bases. It's a diamond.
a diamond,
The grill
dude.
is a diamond.
It's awesome.
And, wait a minute. I remember because we
let's
talked
go.
about this.
Let's go. I'm about to fall in love with
Third,
you
let's
again.
see. First is,
The
pitcher.
worst.
Hang on.
Second is the
First,
best.
pitcher, catcher. First is actually third, right?
3.
3. I don't need to go around the whole bases, but I know how it all works now. So things are
Do
good.
you?
I do.
You're talking about the number for the scorebook?
What's 5?
Yes. Okay, 5 would be, let's see, shortstop.
No. That's where it gets tricky.
It's
Infield.
tricky.
What is it?
Skips.
So it's
5 is third.
3, 2,
6 is short.
3, 4, 5 is third.
Then
then
6 is
6.
short.
6. And then you go left
is
to
what?
right, right?
6
In the
is
back.
what?
6 is left field,
No.
right field.
Shortstop. Shortstop.
Mother F.
Then
Mother F.
left to right.
Mother
7.
Then left.
Why? I mean, you were close.
I've learned so much since joining the show 6 months ago.
And listen, you're doing all right in your football picks too.
Okay, what's 12?
We'll get to that.
By the way, by the way,
12
oh my God, why did you bring that?
Oh my God.
I got put on waivers. Like last year, I carried the team.
You didn't carry nothing last year.
Dude.
Well, we need your help this year, buddy, because we are screwed.
But and I've noticed that when somebody takes their shots, we used to pull our pants down, and I understand.
We have a female on the show now.
I've ruined
she
everything.
can wear like the granny panties.
I
what,
suggested that I could wear Tim's underpants, and I would deal with this.
Your attitude about this game is appalling.
My attitude?
Yeah, your attitude.
Where's your attitude about
My
this
attitude
game?
is, hey, we're good.
Have
Yes,
you
it
seen
is.
the scoring of this situation? We're going to be naked in January taking a
let's
nasty
go.
photo. No.
Hey, Polo, we're all going to have our culos out, and then we're going to...
Right.
Yes.
Huevos.
Un poco
Big old
pee.
culos, huevos hanging.
Learn.
What?
Might as well just say it. All right, we won the week.
Oh,
Finally, congratulations.
Yeah, we won the week.
and who's gonna take it? Who's the
The
bottom feeder?
Seahawks won last night, so I will be taking the shot.
Clap again.
Which is fine. Which is fine. I'm willing to put my culo on the line
Right.
Yeah.
for the team to win, which is great.
I'm putting my...
We're down 3-1. They're 18 weeks in the season.
Listen to me. I'm the only girl in this situation.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
taking the shots when we have to. Whoever we got, if we have to lose and then we take the nasty photo, I will be the one that will be ripped to shreds.
Your attitude of we're going to lose this is going to.
I don't think you'll be alone.
Let's see some winning then.
You're more of a competitor.
We won
than-
this week.
You're more of a competitor than anybody else on the other team because they haven't taken a single shot.
And I am going on Thursday.
Hey, Carrie, take it. Took it.
Carrie took
And
it
that's
because
because
we did
he
it.
brought
Yeah, you're right
his
here.
butt
I'm
in
sorry.
here.
Carrie's a stand-up.
That's a
gentleman.
man right there.
That's right.
He is
A
a man.
gentleman.
That's
I
a
like the other guy from
stand-up
the,
dude.
from
Where
the
is
fast
Drew
lame.
Marsh through all this? Marsh hasn't get his pea coat
We
on.
are doing a
and get his-
broadcast with them on Thursday at the Air Force Base. We're you know what? We're going to air the grievances.
I know.
It's all going to be. If you're at Scott Air Force Base, we'll start our podcast.
But
recording.
wait, but how did this turn into you guys kicking me out of the team to now roasting of
gotta
my
talk to the
girlfriend
captain
Lern?
there.
What's up, dude?
It came down. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, because
Polo.
I'm number one.
It's a numbers game, Polo, and
Whatever.
Lern said that.
You know what?
just
I'm going
didn't feel
to Courtney.
comfortable.
What's her name? The next door.
Landrum.
We just didn't feel comfortable, as so Lern said, with a Mexican guy being on the team. And
What?
Like, did
No
they even
bueno.
play football?
No bueno.
That was wild when she said all that.
Yeah, it's great. Whoa.
I love you.
Tell me he's not the best smelling guest we have.
Every time I see him,
She's
I
not
tell
even
him
a
how
guest.
wonderful he smells.
You know what? And every time after the first time, I put an extra psst
You
just
do.
for you.
Thank you.
Little
I'm like,
musk.
Look,
Musk up.
I'm very sensitive to smell. We've talked about it
Me
on the
too.
show. I get
Me
angry
too.
when people
Like, for
don't
real.
smell good, and I always recognize when people smell great. And you are one of. It smells like a Macy's men's department store in a
Dang.
good way over here.
A couple things here. We're not getting naked for the photo. We're doing a sexy photo.
hey,
It does
hey,
not-
if,
it does
if,
not
if
mean,
she wants to get naked, let her get
it does
naked.
not mean nudity.
No, it will be lots
Oh,
of.
there'll be skin.
There will be skin. It's going to be
Hanging-
Skinamax,
hanging
okay?
skin.
There'll be skin.
And I'm terrified. And Moon and I are already working on our abs, and Rafe too. We are all. Where's
Mine
your,
are buried beneath many layers of the Mesozoic era.
Rafe and I work the same way. Our abs,
Yeah.
like, we push them out.
That's right.
Not in.
We push it
I'm
out.
proud of this body.
You look great.
We
Body
have
by pasta.
we have inner
Body by body.
Think of Harry Burt Reynolds on a bearskin rug.
That's
Yeah.
me.
That's me.
I'm gonna get ripped, dude. You're in 14 weeks. You're gonna be like, who's
Right.
everyone at Hubbard is gonna be.
It's gonna
having
be-
talking to from
HR.
It's going to be new show. Who dis?
Who did?
That's right. New show.
Rafe.
It is.
It's going to be Rafe.
That's right.
But
New
this,
abs. Who dis?
but this attitude of we're going to lose,
Hey,
I don't like it because you're manifesting it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll own it. But hey, let's start turning it around, guys.
Did we
We
not
did.
win this week?
we
Today.
did. We won.
All right.
We won,
We won.
guys.
We're better than this. Is
We
all
are.
I'm thinking.
We are better than this.
We're a better show than that show. I'm
Yes.
sorry that you work for ESPN.
We've got to
so don't-
work on. So they keep changing.
I don't
their
work for
picks.
anybody. I work for Polo's
Here's
Enterprises.
a little behind the scenes, and they're not going to tell you this because I listened to their segment yesterday
Okay.
on the Pick'em Challenge. They have a segment where they go over their scores and what happened in
Really?
the Pick'em Challenge. They said
Fascinating.
nothing about who they picked on Monday because they changed their picks from Sunday to Monday. Every
did.
week they changed their picks.
They've been
Yes.
doing it for years. Last season they did it, and the season before they did it.
So
So
no.
they
It's
do it.
not fair because it doesn't
No
come-
integrity in
there's
their
no
actual
ski-
picks.
There's no skill involved in it. It's basically who could get on there last to block the other team
Right.
out. It's not right. It shows no skill.
Yeah.
We get up at 2:30 every morning. These guys are rolling out of bed at noon.
Yeah.
Okay? We're tired.
Talking about sports.
Yeah, and let it be shown that every year that you were not able to do that, we won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tired.
They already have it.
And they talk about sports. Who cares about sports in St. Louis? Nobody. I've never seen a sports fan around here.
How about some integrity for this game?
They don't know the word.
Well, here's the thing. They already have an innate advantage. They are sports talk guys. They talk about, their job is to talk about sports at work.
Can you say yes?
Yes. See.
I like it when she says yes every
Yes.
time. Like I have a song, like a timeline of you saying yes.
Really?
Like it's
Somebody's
like
edited it together,
it's
King.
like 15, 20 minutes long already.
Really?
Yeah. Like all
Yes.
kinds of yes, like yes. Yeah.
Blocking the other team on Monday night shows no sports knowledge at all.
Right.
It's who can get on their last to block the other team out. It's not right.
They have no confidence.
And I'll go a step further and make an even more damning accusation.
Go.
I think one person on their team has access to everybody's account.
I think so too.
I think so too.
I honestly think it might be their producer.
I think
Mike
so too.
Ryder?
I think Mike Ryder might have access.
He
and
looks like that.
I think he's
He
running
looks
the
like that.
numbers.
He's sneaky, man.
Because I noticed not just one person, they all changed pretty much at the same time. And I know that those guys aren't all on the same show together. So they weren't sitting in a room together, but all of a sudden, only one person, two people had picked the Giants in that room. And then I clicked on, and then two more people had clicked over to the Giants. So they had four guys pick the Giants trying to hedge their bets and beat us because we were up by one.
Okay, what do you want to do about this, Rafe?
I think there should be, but as soon as the first game locks Sunday, your picks are locked.
No. I was talking about, you want me to bring my cousins from Sinaloa?
Yeah, dude.
Like a bag,
Actually,
like a bag
From
over
Sinaloa?
For Sinaloa.
Yeah.
Kind of. I was thinking put a bag over their cabeza. and-
Well, wait, let's,
That's
All right.
plan
We'll
B.
talk about
plan
that.
B.
during the
That's
break.
plan B. That's plan B. Let's go. Let's get through the first thing. The Air Force Base first, and then we'll talk
you
about
know what?
Well, then we'll talk about kidnapping.
I didn't say, hey, whoa. I said I'm gonna call my cousins, my primos from Sinaloa.
Right.
Did I say kidnapping?
Nothing about kidnapping.
No,
You said
I
bag
heard
over the
nothing.
head, which we insinuate is
No.
kidnapping.
Hey, it's
That's no
Just
lie.
a scare tactic.
different meaning in Mexico. But anyway, Mr. Rizzuto, what's going on?
Well, so we're gonna do crap on celebrities here in a second, and then I would like we'll take a break, and then I would like kind of a wrap up of the 2023 Cardinal season. Then we'll never talk about it again. So we're gonna wrap it up.
So
and
you
then
want
we're gonna,
to have a really sad segment?
And then we're just gonna get it out of the way, and we're never gonna speak. We will never speak of this. We will never speak of the season again.
Never. Okay.
Never. And then we'll shoot me in the culo.
Yeah.
Nice.
The 2023 Cardinals season's going in my in memoriam, Frank.
Yes. All right. So today is October the 3rd.
It was the in memoriam.
October the 3rd, back in the day, 1951. The shot heard round the world. It happened in the bottom of the ninth, in the final game in a 3-game playoff series. The Giants and Dodgers, who hit the shot heard round the world?
Oh.
Go ahead, Polo.
Phil Rizzuto.
No.
Bobby
Babe
Thompson.
Ruth.
Bobby Thompson.
Bobby Thompson.
Yeah.
It was the New York
The
Giants.
Giants win the pennant.
The Brooklyn-
That's the first accusation of sign stealing.
Yes.
The first accusation.
Yeah.
There's conspiracy. If you like
Conspiracies, yeah.
If you like conspiracies, there's one. Like somebody had a little light in center field. And told Bobby Thompson.
Really?
It's a fastball.
Oh, yeah.
What's this year's? The Braves are getting accused this year, right? I saw some kind of stat that like they have.
The Braves are being accused of being a fantastic team. There's no.
I saw some stat the other day though that said that like 100 plus mile per hour balls hit for base hits. They had like 280, and the next closest team had hit less than 100 plus 100 mile per hour fastball. So everybody thought they were stealing signs.
I think they're just
That
very
good?
strong, very
Nice.
good, and
They are
there's
good.
a lot of Latinos in that team. I'm just saying, there's a lot of Latinos in that team. You know, we build like rocks.
I agree, man.
31 years ago, 1992, Sinead O'Connor tears up a picture of PJP2 on Saturday Night Live while saying, "Fight the real enemy." NBC got more than 1,000 calls protesting. Ironically, Sinead O'Connor had canceled a previously scheduled appearance on SNL because she found the comedy of Andrew Dice Clay offensive. 2 weeks later, she was booed off the stage during a Bob Dylan tribute at Madison Square Garden.
Rest in peace.
28 years ago, 1995, the O.J. Simpson not guilty verdict was officially delivered. 20 years ago, 2003, Roy Horn, half of the Magic team, Siegfried and Roy, nearly killed on stage by one of his white tigers. Can anybody name the tiger?
Woods? Daryl.
No.
What's the first letter?
M.
Mikey.
I don't know. Is it something like Mirage or something?
Montecore.
Montecore.
Bit him in the neck during the show.
Wow.
The bite severed an artery, caused a stroke, which had left Roy partially paralyzed.
Jeez.
She dead now?
Yes, he has passed. And so I told you 20.
No, I was talking about the tiger.
I don't know about the tiger. And I mentioned 28 years ago, O.J. Simpson found not guilty officially. 15 years ago, 2008, O.J. Simpson found guilty.
Oh.
Found guilty of kidnapping and armed robbery.
Yeah? If you want a kidnapper, go to OJ.
Isn't that crazy? Same day.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was waiting. Like,
Same day.
I'm going to do it on October 2nd or whatever it is.
Same day, 13 years apart.
Season
he was
of the
found
Witch.
guilty.
Crazy.
And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest, brighthouseco.com, 636-600-0188. Well, yesterday we talked about David Draymond of Disturbed having a plea that somebody needs to bring back his 10-week-old golden retriever puppy. Went missing over the weekend, and he has been reunited with his puppy, Charlotte. So,
Whoa.
good job.
A long
Somebody
national
found it.
nightmare is over. I put a Google alert, a Google News alert.
Yeah.
All good.
Good news. Selena Gomez has a 4-part holiday cooking special that's going to premiere on Food Network on November 30th. It's called Selena and Chef Home for the Holidays, so set your DVRs for that. In other dog and celebrity news, Lady Gaga, remember when her dog walker was shot and then the dogs got stolen? Well, she had a reward out at that time for $500,000 to anybody with information or who could bring the dogs home. Well, there was a woman who participated. Her name's Jennifer McBride. She, I believe she was dating the guy who kidnapped the dogs and shot the dog walker. So she was a part of this crime. And then she pled guilty as an accomplice and then is now suing Lady Gaga for the $500,000 because she believes, hey, I still am owed that money plus $1.5 million in additional damages. And yesterday, the judge with this court case threw it out and was like, unless you can provide new details on how you weren't involved with the stealing of these dogs, you're not getting nothing.
What are the legalities behind that? It's an interesting question. Let's say somebody just says out there, I will give you X amount for information on something. And let's say you're the one that did the something. And
there's fine print involved in that.
But what's the legal fine print? And is there fine print? Okay, let's say you're not even involved. Let's say, Rizz, you put out a thing because your dog's missing, and I happen to know something about where the dog was, and I help you find it. And then you're like, yeah, but you didn't help solve the crime, but you saw the dog
Usually,
somewhere.
if you're complicit in the crime somehow, you are not eligible for a
I'm
cash
saying,
reward.
what if I'm not complicit, but you decide you don't actually want to pay? What are the legalities for that?
Let me say this. So the judge said in her court order that McBride's complaint was legally insufficient in its entirety following her involvement with the theft, pointed out that McBride was indicted, pleaded no contest to the charges of receiving stolen property in 2022, and therefore is not entitled to thereafter benefit from the wrongdoing by seeking to enforce the contract.
So what you're saying is I go out on the media and say I'm offering and then I decide not to pay?
Yeah, is that a contract? Is that a legal contract
I'm
if you
sure
just
it
up
is.
and spout something?
I believe so.
In your grief?
Because that's where this case is even coming from. So Gaga committed a breach of contract, fraud by false promise, and fraud by misrepresentation.
Wow, interesting.
So if you go and say,
It's almost
hey,
like an advertisement.
Exactly.
My question is, Selena Gomez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, she missed it.
What do you mean?
She should have named her show Selena and the Cocina.
Ah, yeah.
Cocina means kitchen.
Oh.
You a Selena Gomez fan?
I guess. Yeah, she has a couple of songs.
You need to call her and tell
You
her.
watch Only Murders in the Building?
No.
She's on that show.
No.
No, I didn't
By
watch
the way, my favorite singer right now, Peso Pluma,
Oh.
he has a song by the name Lady Gaga.
Really? Is it about Lady Gaga?
No, it's about anything but Lady Gaga. And he just mentions Lady Gaga once in the song.
What is this guy's name?
Peso
Peso?
Pluma.
Peso Pluma.
He looks like
means-
he
Oh,
looks
is he
like
the one that
Money
just had to
flower.
cancel a show
Money
because
Tijuana, Mexico. I had tickets for it.
he had to cancel a
I
show
had
because there
tickets.
was like a gang.
What?
No, not a gang. Mis
Cartel.
primos de Sinaloa.
Okay, I was going to say a gang cartel.
Yeah, they put signs all over Tijuana. Say, if you
did?
sing this day, you're no more
Whoa.
peso pluma. You're peso gone.
Money feather? What does that mean? Like
Peso is a weight, like
okay.
featherweight.
featherweight. Oh,
That's cool as hell.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
Post Malone forges swords in his spare time. He says, quote, it's the
That's
most...
man stuff.
Yeah, he says the most manly thing you could do. He goes, it'd be even cooler if I did it on horseback. And that's going to be his next hobby. He says he wants a beautiful ranch where he can get a baby, a pony, run around, raise some cattle, some alfalfa. He says the end is near. He says he's really serious about this.
What
end of
is
the world
more
stuff.
manly, Rafe, than forging a sword?
I don't know. Especially if he's doing it in them jean shorts he wears on stage.
Forging
Burn
a
your
sword.
legs.
You know what's more manly? Forging a sword while listening to Bob Seger.
Well, yeah, you're right.
They go hand in hand.
You're right, dude. If you're listening to Roll Me Away as you dip that sword, that hot
Magma.
sword, and cool it down, you might transcend, dude. Bob Seger probably just appears in your stable and he just plays it for you.
Gosh.
Post Malone.
Well, Post Malone is going post-apocalyptic, like I said. He says, I don't know exactly how long it's going to be until the world ends, but you can definitely feel the tension in the world. It's not getting any less crazy. The air is so thick. There's so much angst and malice towards so many different things.
Well, then he goes away when he finds out you're growing alfalfa on
all the weed he's smoking, all the smoke is making the air thick.
It is right.
Yeah.
Come on, Post Malone.
Come on, man.
You and your Doritos and your Racing Canes and all that stuff.
So good. Bad Omens canceled their show in Portland last night because they need a much-needed day of rest and recovery. They say, we will make it up to you however and whenever we can. I got some audio of this. This was on last night's Manning cast. Will Ferrell was a guest during the game. Peyton asked him to rate Eli Manning's earlier delivery of Will's famous line from Wedding Crashers, and here's how that all sounded.
Meatloaf. Meatloaf. On a scale of 1 to 10, is Eli's Will Ferrell impression a 1 or a 2?
I'll say like a 1.1.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. You rushed it a little bit.
I gotta yell at my mom.
There's some rage behind it. This guy had some rage, so it was more like,
Number 84.
Ma, Meatloaf!
10-yard penalty. First down.
Like, I gotta hear the...
Meatloaf.
But a little more growl. Ma, Meatloaf!
Mom. Meatloaf.
Why did you drag it up? Ma! Why did you drag it out like
He
that?
sounded like Arnold. Ah, get in the chopper, Meatloaf.
He left out all the consonants. Ma, ma.
Right.
By the way, the Manning cast is excellent.
I've never watched it.
So it's on ESPN2. So ESPN, they'll show the Monday Night Football game. ESPN2, they'll show Eli and Peyton interview, like celebrities and other
Oh,
sports
nice.
figures, and have the game on in the background. They'll comment on it every
That's
once in a while.
great.
Did anybody watch the Toy Story animation of the game in England
No.
on Sunday morning?
Say it again.
No, I was busy picking up Yarier Molina from the hotel.
So who played?
drops.
It was the Jaguars, and who else played out in London? Was it the Falcons?
Sounds right.
Anyway, so they all had on the back of their jerseys chips, like these little microchips in their jerseys.
Okay.
And they simultaneously animated the players as they were playing.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of cool.
And it was pretty freaking cool.
Wow.
That does sound awesome.
And they were like Toy Story characters, like that style of animation.
That's really cool.
It was pretty
That's
freaking cool.
Crazy.
Especially when Woody blew his knee out.
God.
God, this guy.
Oh, there's a snake in my boot.
Slinky's and throwing up on the sideline. Yeah, Slinky Dog's in the concussion protocol.
Hey, Polo, have you watched the new show Naked Attraction on HBO Max?
No, but we can do it if you want.
Hey!
Hey, listen, we
Not
don't
out
need to
here.
do it. The show is already happening, and it's pretty fantastic. Rizz
I've
and I
heard
love
from
it.
you guys. I've heard from you guys watching
A lot of
it.
dong.
It's our new
Right up
favorite
your
show
alley.
as the show, and
I
it's
said that. That was weird the way I said that. Anyway, back to
just
you.
gonna skip over. The show is where potential partners are fully nude and they're revealed, lady bits and dong one by one. Somebody asked one of the executive producers if the guys are doing things to themselves to enhance their members when their genitalia is finally revealed. And he said, when the screens are down before we start, it's hard to know what they're doing. And a few of them have some things going on behind that screen. So
All of them.
all of them.
I'd pump up.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd slap it around.
People are kind of flexing while they're on the screen anyway.
Are they fluffing up?
Gotta be.
They're fluffing, yes.
I would be.
You didn't watch the second episode?
I started it last night. I'm doing them half and half because it's so gratuitous and it's so awkward.
Too much dong in one show.
It is, man. Like and it's uncut and it's.
What's uncut? The show or the dong?
The dong.
Oh.
Yeah, and so.
Okay. So did you get to the part where the woman was like,
she's bisexual?
Well, the bisexual woman eliminated the guy because his dong was too big.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what we're dealing with. Naked attraction.
Yeah.
HBO
Best reality show elimination ever.
So awkward.
He said,
dong. Guess I'm out.
Yeah, he was like,
Ladies?
I guess that's cool.
You know where to find me.
I'll be in the finals. I'll be in the finals.
On talk shows tonight, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon has Jelly Roll. Tracy Morgan will be on Seth Meyers. Stephen Colbert has John Oliver and Boy Genius. And Jimmy Kimmel will have his friend Kathy Griffin on. And finally, the best alien movies of the last 25 years. Let's trash
Alien
this list.
movies.
Alien movies. So think about this. And this list is just from like 1998, I guess, to now.
1998 on.
Ooh, that changes my whole brain.
I know one.
What?
Born in East LA.
No.
Wait,
Good guess.
wrong kind of
Illegal
aliens?
aliens?
Not
Remember
illegal
Cheech Marin?
aliens.
Cheech, right?
Cheech Marin? That was way before 98.
That movie's
great
funny,
movie.
though.
That was
Used to be
77.
on Comedy Central every day.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is on the list. What about Edge of Tomorrow?
Edge of Tomorrow is number 4. Good
Yeah,
job,
baby.
Moon.
That's a good one, dude.
Contact
Was 98, right?
Contact it was 97, so it's not on this
97.
list.
Men
But
in
it was
Black.
on the extended list. Men in Black was on the list.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Signs.
Mac and Me.
Signs.
Number 13.
How
Arrival.
about Mac and Me?
was way
Arrival
before
number
98.
3.
Mac and Me was earlier.
Arrival was
I don't
number
remember
3.
my life before 98.
I'm going to say, gosh, it's so hard. 98 is such a
No,
blur.
that's not.
Interstellar?
No, what's
The
other
Martian.
one? No, that's not it either. Those are all
Space movies.
Yeah.
sci-fi.
So these are movies with aliens.
What about any Star Wars?
Star Wars made the list, but not in the last 25 years.
How about that one? The little green guy.
Little
Minions?
Guy.
No, Mars.
Mars Attacks?
Mars Attacks?
That was like 95.
Not on the list.
That was earlier.
I'm telling
Paul.
you.
Oh,
Paul?
good one.
No.
No, the Star Wars, not like original trilogy, but some of the newer ones.
The
Force
original-
Awakens.
The original ones were on the list, but obviously in the 70s. And so none of the newer Star Wars
None of the
made the
newer
list.
ones.
Dude, there was another one right around Arrival that was like a really good movie that was alien based, right? Oh. Let's go with Nope.
Nope is number 1.
Yeah, baby.
But
That's a
because it's
crazy
the most
movie.
recent.
That movie made me feel really weird.
Yeah, man.
that movie
There's
was
one
awesome.
scene that there's one scene that just is so, I still can't get out of my
No,
head.
it's like no. I was like
I
no.
don't think it's the number
Where they
one.
suck them up and they're in the thing,
It's crazy.
That movie is incredible.
and then you see them inside the thing.
Yeah, it was great. And I mean, the whole movie. Like I think I did see it, but I blocked it.
And their money gets shaken out. So sick, dude. I mean, that's like
It's a metaphor.
a metaphor for Hollywood and what it does,
It's
too.
number 1 because it was the most recent. So this is chronological. But it's still like the last 25
I thought I had
movies.
1, 3, and 4. I was a
but hey,
genius
Oh
for
my
a second
God.
there.
But think about
And
this,
you
though.
dropped me in the football picks for Lern.
Right.
Hey, you know which one I love?
Hey, look, I know I'm ruining this. And I'm cool
You're
with
not
it.
ruining anything.
What about that Charlton Copley one? District 9. That
District
one
9
awesome.
was number
That
9.
is a great one.
Great.
Well, and again, here, let me just go through these. Dune is one you're missing out on.
Oh, Dune. Forgot.
Under the Skin, The World's End. Did somebody say The World's End? Did I
World's
miss
End
that?
is great.
I don't know what that is.
Attack the Block, Super 8, Avatar, Slither, Lilo and
Super
Stitch,
8.
Pitch Black, Galaxy Quest, The Iron Giant, Dark City, and The Faculty, all within the last 25
Galaxy
years.
Quest with Sigourney Weaver.
Yep.
Super
Love that
8.
movie,
That's
dude.
great.
Super 8 was
And
really
Alan
good.
Rickman.
Super
is
8.
amazing.
Super 8 is really good.
We watched that again for a
Yeah.
family movie night a couple weeks ago.
And
the
that
kids
was
loved it.
We just talked about Galaxy Quest at our Hubbard get together because I was like, that was Sam Rockwell's like breakout role for me. He played
Galaxy Quest.
the character he played in that movie where his name was Guy number 1, and he was just trying to survive to the end of the episode. And they got thrust into this he was at a comic convention. He played Guy number 1 in an episode of Galaxy Quest, and he just wanted to survive to the end. And it was such a funny
I
through
gotta
line.
watch that.
It's a good movie, man. It holds up too.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Noah Schnapp from, that's Will Byers from Stranger Things, is 19. ASAP Rocky is 35. Junas Suatamo, That's Chewbacca in the latest Star Wars movies, is 37. Ashley Simpson, 39. Sean William Scott, 3 first names, is 47. Lena Headey, that's Cersei Lannister on Game of Thrones, is 50. Nev Campbell is 50. Kevin Richardson from the Backstreet Boys is 52. Gwen Stefani is 54. Clive Owen is 59. Tommy Lee from Motley Crue is 61, as you mentioned before. Al Sharpton is 69.
Talking about dongs.
Dave Winfield is 72. Lindsey Buckingham, 74. And Chubby Checker.
Yeah, the twist.
The twist. Real name, Ernest Evans. Chubby Checker is how old?
Man, that was a hit in like the 60s.
Yeah.
50s, right?
Yeah.
5.
93.
I'm going to say 89.
93. 89.
Polo, Chubby Checker?
I'm going 97.
97.
Whatever.
What about you, Polo?
I'm going to go, and I know who he is. Well, 82.
Chubby Checker is 82 years old.
I texted him
Put him on the ground already.
Dude, that's crazy to me because
I texted him this morning. So, hey, let's do the twist. Happy birthday.
when the Fat Boys redid the twist, Chubby Checker was in their video and he looked 82 years old then.
Yeah.
Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by
yes, my
Patricia's, where
favorite.
fun and fantasy meet, is Candy Apples. And today's birthday girl has been in 289 fine films, including 72 Cheerleader Orgy, followed by 75 Nurse Orgy, the Anything Goes Contest, Lake Havasu 2, The Bondage Ranch, Bone, The Second Coming,
On an all-new Bone.
the Chamber of Horrors 2, Porn World, Gutter Mouths 2 and 9, The Million Man Gangbang, The Raunch Ranch.
Wait, what?
What?
Million Men?
The Million Man Gangbang.
Like,
And
did they have to pay $1 million to be in
And
this guy?
who could forget her role in 1997's Hey, My Sister's a Whore.
Hey.
Hey, stop talking about my sister.
Candy Apples is 50 years
Told you,
old.
Rizz, no family.
That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, quick break. We'll come back. Polo's with us. I'll take my tush shot. All right, our buddy Polo Asensio is joining us in studio.
Spanish broadcaster for your St. Louis Cardinals, of course.
Yeah, so we'll kind of wrap up the Cardinal season with what you're going to talk about. I'm going to pepper you with some questions.
Okay. I will answer as to the best of my abilities.
And we'll say today's sports is sponsored by.
Today's sports is brought to you by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportbook.
And by our friends over at
Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes. No box is too big or too small. Big Dick's does them all.
They are nice. I met them at the Point Fest, remember?
Yeah, they say hi.
Super nice people.
So, was looking at pictures from Sunday's game. Saw the booth full of superstars.
It was me and 3 other guys, yes.
Yadier Molina.
3 other guys.
Albert Pujols
them.
was in the studio with you guys in the booth.
That was a lot of fun.
What a Sunday magical day. Adam Wainwright's retirement.
Yeah.
And look, I have not even said a word, and my hairs are coming up because, to me, and I said this to Yadier Molina, he picked me to take him to the stadium, right? Yadi. He sent me a text.
Then I need a ride.
No, yeah, like, for
I
real.
need a ride.
The thing is, when I say that is, like he told 3 people he was coming in St. Louis for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they made a big deal, and it was a surprise.
And I did a good job keeping it quiet.
Yeah, he told the president of the team, he told the GM, and he told me. Now, other people might have told somebody else, but it was really cool. Like on Friday, I talked to him, and Benji Molina we work together in the booth, and we were all like talking about it for weeks.
Yeah.
Because Adam didn't know. Adam said, hey, he's ghosted me. I text him, he doesn't reply. And I told him, that's Yadi. He will reply when he feels like to reply. But so Friday, I asked him for the last time. He's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going. I have things to do. But tell Adam I love him and give him a big hug. I'm like, okay, I will. And then on Saturday, Yadi posted an Instagram post from Skip Schumacher, the former Cardinal, good friend with Yadi, who's now the manager for the Marlins, and they won. They moved to the playoffs. And I texted Yadi, I'm like, oh man, we miss Skip. He's such a good guy, this and that. And in that conversation, that was my last hope to see or to feel if he was coming or not. Like I did the whole line, hook, and sinker, and then within 2 more messages, he said, "I'm in St. Louis," and then he gave me the emoji of shh.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool.
That's sweet.
I mean, they have the record for
most starts
pitcher
by battery.
and battery, pitcher and catcher.
Yeah,
I mean,
328 and almost 20 years of friendship.
Yeah,
20 years of friendship is like.
There would have been a bit of disappointment had he not shown.
It would have been a disaster.
It would have been. It would have honestly. It would have been kind of rotten.
Moon's our yachty.
Yeah.
He responds when he feels like responding.
Yes.
It's cool. Isn't that cool to know about yourself? You are the Yachty or
You and
Molina
Yachty.
of the Rizzuto Show.
You're right.
That's pretty cool, man.
I'm the catcher, the anchor.
I'm the catcher. So and then so I'm like, okay, cool, he's here. And Sunday morning, and mind you, the guys who organize everything, the trips, the hotels, they didn't know. So they were.
Where does he fly? Does he fly private?
No, this time he did. I don't know, American, Southwest, or something.
Oh, he flew commercial.
Yeah, he did. He's sometimes he's like one of us.
No, I think he went to Chesterfield to go pick him up at
No. It was at the Four Seasons. Yeah,
He's one of us at the Four Seasons.
Whoa,
dude!
Because there's hotels around the stadium. There's the Westin, there's Lowe's, and there's some other one, Hilton. But the Four Seasons is the other one, kind of like almost on the other side of the river. And yes, the casino. And so Sunday morning, he sends me a message, basically asking me for a ride. Can you pick me up at 12:45? I'm like, damn, I've been summoned by the Pope to take him to church, right?
Yeah,
like for real, like this is
awesome.
Yachty. Yeah, and I can go on and on and on about what happened from the minute he texted me to the minute I delivered the package to the stadium, but I can tell you there were some tears in the car from me and from him.
Oh,
because for real, like
big babies.
No, like
crying on a big baby.
All that machismo went right out the window, dude.
It went. It was a lot of.
Why were you crying? You guys. Why were you crying?
There's no crying in baseball.
Listen here, Tom Hanks
said it.
Because so I drove him to the stadium, right? And mind you, this guy, he always gets there early to play, right? This is the first time he comes back in a year since he retired. So he has always been there wearing a Cardinals uniform. This time he was wearing a coat and a hat or whatever. So I drove him around the stadium. I took the long way to the stadium so he could see the lines of people trying to get in. And I'm like, okay, so I drove, and he was looking one way and the other. And, like when we got the red light, I never parked next window to the next car, so I was always behind in the front, trying to do keep the secret, right?
Stuff.
Yeah. And so we parked in the lot. I usually park outside the gated lot where the players park. So this time I had to tell somebody, like, hey, dude, I'm bringing this huge package, and you don't want me to park outside because from the minute he walks out of there, there's going to be 100 people at least screaming his name. So I got a ticket fast to park in the players lot. So I park in the players lot, and immediately a security guard comes over, looks at me, hey, what's up, Polo? Everything okay? This space is for so and so.
You can't park your '92 Buick Skylark here, man.
No. My '81 Cavalier, my brown Cavalier,
brother,
that I traded in for my '82 Ford Pinto. True story. I drove those two cars when I was 13 in Tijuana, Mexico.
Nice.
I was 13 and driving to school.
I love that about you.
My teachers were walking to school, and I was like, anyway.
So you're like, no. So I can park here today.
No. And I looked at him, and then he looks down.
This space says Bill DeWitt. No, not today.
And he looks down, and he sees Yachty. He's like, oh, Yachty, welcome back. Oh, Polo, you're fine here. I'll tell whoever to park on the. I'm like, okay, that's what I thought. So we're talking, right? Yachty and I are talking, and the guy was a little. He was hesitant. He was nervous coming back for the first time. He didn't know what the reaction was going to be.
What?
So
what does he think it's going to be?
You don't know. You don't know what happened. You're disconnected mostly from the team because he said, I didn't see a lot of baseball because I have things to do, and I tell people he bought a hill in Puerto Rico. He turned it into a ranch. Like for a year, they were just taking dirt off. They flattened the top of the hill. Now
that's where Yachty lives.
Now
that's
it's
awesome.
a ranch. horses and cows. He said he was going to buy some cows.
He's got to know he's a beloved.
Yeah. And I told him, people love you. Are you
here.
kidding me? Are you kidding me? And he kept dragging. It was about 1:05, and I'm like, dude, we need to get out of the car. And he's like, give me one more minute. I'm like, okay. So we got out of the car. We walked in there, and who did we see? The first people we see, besides the parking lot attendants and all the security guards and at Bush, by the way, props to you guys. Thank you for everything you do. Adam's family. His mom, his brother, the kids.
Oh, not the Adams family.
I know.
It was
Like,
Halloween. The Adams family.
Right
No,
on.
Adam Wainwright's family. Wayno's family.
Yeah.
And they were surprised. They didn't know he was going to be there. Luckily, Mark Walsh, the clubhouse, the coordinator, supervisor, he came out and he dragged us to something called the owner's bunker at the stadium. So we go into the owner's bunker. There's nobody there.
Bunker.
Yeah, no, I learned
So it's
about
like a
this
secret,
places.
hidden place in the stadium. I bet you there's all
It's
sorts
one, it's
like
one of the
tunnels.
family bathrooms.
I bet you there's all sorts of like tunnels and hidden stuff there.
Oh, there is.
Awesome.
I've been to some that you're like, how do you get from point A to point B without being seen? This is how. This is how you get there. So we get to the owner's bunker, and we're there for like 5-10 minutes, and nobody's there. Then a couple people come in, hugs, kisses, and everything. And then I feel two huge bear-like hands on my shoulders.
Some meat hooks.
And then I hear, Chiquito, ¿qué pasó? And I look, yes, Albert Pujols is there. And then I look back, Chris Carpenter, Scott Rowland, and that's when I know, okay, this is my cue for me to get out of here.
I'm not
And I just say, hey, Yadi, I got to go up. Good luck.
Say adios.
Yeah, yes, adios.
Adios, guys.
Yeah, and Aussie's bid, all of those guys. So I go up to the booth, and I'm still not telling anybody what happened, right?
Well, obviously, Benji knows he's there.
Not yet. Like, he has
his
an
old
idea.
brother don't even know he's there?
He has an idea because his mom, their mom, kind of like hinted, but never said, he is. So I look at Benji, and, hey, Caballo, where were you? I'm like, I had to go pick up a package. He's like, a package? And I took a selfie of Yadi and I in the parking lot, so I show it to him. I'm like, that's the package.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, yep, he's here.
Elliot on the feedback says, saw Polo leaving the game with Yachty. Everybody was yelling Yachty. he was the only guy yelling Polo, by the way. So
Thank you. Yeah, because I drove him into the stadium. I drove him out of the stadium. And the ceremony, you guys saw it. Adam had no idea this guy was coming, that Yachty was coming in. And it was a good surprise. That was a good surprise.
Boy, I tell you what, the other surprise, and maybe not so surprising, was when they introduced Mazalok. Man, the boo birds.
No, he said it. They were not saying boo. They were saying nude.
Yeah, no, did not sound like nude to me. It sounded like boo, but yeah. Let's not talk about the 2023.
No, you know what? You need to talk about it, because if you don't talk about the bad times, how are you going to move on? How are you going to learn?
What does this team need to do in the offseason?
A lot of changes.
Pitching.
Lots of pitching, some offense. The offense is good as it is right now, but it needs to be better, especially because the calendar change. And this is what has been talked a lot about, and even Mo has said it. The calendar changes, the balanced schedule, where you don't face your division 18, 19 times every team. Now it's 12 times, and you face the Yankees every day, or every year. You face the Red Sox, you face the Mets, the Padres, the Dodgers, and everybody in the American League you face. And those are tough teams that you didn't face before.
Yeah. Ali Marmal will be back.
He's going to be back in 2024.
Can I ask?
Sure.
How?
How's he going to be back?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to get in his car. He's going
to drive to the stadium.
Well, his 92 Skylark.
No, and it goes back to Mo. Like Mo took he took it upon himself. He said, I didn't give this guy or this organization, this team, the tools. He said it more than once that
that's cool.
We were not ready for 2023 the way we were for 2022, 21, because we needed changes. Now you have the numbers. Now you have the schedule. Now you can make changes. And he basically said, you know what? This season is on me. Let's go 2024. And if we start slow, then we might see something different, right? Hopefully we don't see anything different. Oliver is a great guy, but like I tell everybody, it's not about being great guys. It's about performing. Even you guys. If we don't perform,
not an indictment
gone.
on him. I just this city, I am shocked.
Yeah.
With the performance of this year, that they didn't have to make a change.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess good on Mazaliak for taking the Taking the bullet.
Yeah,
on
he's
that.
taking it. And trust me, he is the one who makes the decisions. And sometimes when you make the decisions, you're the first one to fall.
Oh, yeah. So I can see him being on the line next year, too.
Jordan Walker was, in talks of, Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
This year, that really didn't materialize.
He had a great season.
He had a good season.
For a rookie.
Yeah. He looks great.
He's
when
awesome.
he found his stride, he was.
And mind you, he is learning to play the outfield in the big leagues. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to be learning anymore in the big leagues. You have to supposed to be adjusting and making changes to be with the crowd, be with the teams, with the big leagues. But this guy, 21, not even 22 yet.
That's a young dude.
Young guy.
And he is learning to play the outfield. And when he came up, we could see it from the booth. He was not ready. At the end of the season, once in a while, he will make mistakes. But I like what I see from Jordan Walker.
Canseco was learning to play the outfield until the day he retired.
He retired.
Hey, and Chris on the instant feedback here brings up a great point. The quote-unquote best fans in baseball need to be called out for booing during a special moment.
True that.
During Wainwright's retirement.
True that.
To make it about Mozeliak and
pretty
booing is pretty weak.
Being called the best fans in baseball represents a lot of things. And even showing your displeasure or your unhappiness with something, I get his point. I respect that point. But you know what? If you have a chance to show how you feel, I mean, if you see him on the street, you can, hey, he's at Starbucks or whatever, right, getting coffee, you boo! I mean, it was like, who is this, right? Yeah. I'm not saying that was the right moment, but fans do what they feel like. And
they felt like booing at that moment.
I heard a lot of boos this season for the Cardinals, and the last boo was for Mo, so it was kind of fitting. But hopefully,
we
next
reserve
season
this last boo for you, Mo.
Yeah,
boo this
boo's for you.
This boo's for you. So yeah, I get that, but trust me, he knows. He knows, and we had a conversation.
You don't think that guy feels the heat?
No, he does, and I have conversations with Mo maybe 10, 20 times during the season. I talked to Mo. The booth that you all been there, even Lern now, and Moon been there before, and everybody in here. So we have the booth, and then like 6 doors down, that's where the GM office is, the GM booth. So in between innings, we run to the bathroom, right? So you'll be peeing and having conversations with Mo at the same time.
He doesn't have a bathroom in his suite?
No, it's just right next door to it.
Oh,
because it's not a suite; it's more like a booth.
Okay.
A big booth.
I would think the GM's got his own.
It's cool.
Like a urinal underneath.
It was cool.
Yeah,
He brought me up when I was there. It was really neat. It was cool to like be brought up into that. It felt like the innards of.
Oh, you
Bush.
went to the GM?
No, I went to Polo's booth.
Oh yeah, no, I've been
which
at
is
Polo.
right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you just feel like you're being brought through the subway tunnels of the. You go up that elevator and there's a guard.
Like that elevator. It's a special elevator. Not everybody can get in that elevator.
No, that's cool.
We tell everybody we're cousins. Yeah. That's the last time I was up there. I'm like, my cousin, my cousin Rizz, my cousin Polo.
Do you see the beard? Do you see the beard?
Yeah.
So, the last time I saw him this year, it was on Friday, and they had a Taylor Swift theme night at the stadium with Wainwright, and I had a bunch of friendship bracelets. Today I only have one, and I was like washing my hands, and Mo was like, "What are those?" I'm like, "Do you know Taylor Swift? Oh, you're a Swiftie?" I'm like, "Well, not really, but I kind of do." People give me this friendship bracelets, and I wear them. Part of the look, part of the grateful for the fans, for my daughter who made a couple, and everybody that I have like 10. And I told him, "You don't have one?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, 'cause nobody likes you. You don't have any friends."
Give him one.
And he starts laughing. I'm like, I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make one for you because I like you, Mo. He's like, "You do that. You do that." So I told him nobody likes him.
Ass kisser.
I told him nobody liked
Without being too descriptive, because I know it was a private moment. What was the catalyst? What was the emotional catalyst that made you and Yadier and Melina cry like little babies?
Wow. Like when he was hesitant to get out, I just looked down and I said to myself, 10 years ago, you were unemployed. Like me. 10 years ago, because of different reasons, you had to sometimes sleep in your car because you didn't have any money. Like I moved out of my house for different situations, and I didn't have money.
Yeah.
Now I'm in this rental car, right, next to one of the greatest catchers ever, giving him a pep talk.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
surreal, right?
The pep talk that nobody gave me to keep going, that I have to give myself every morning. Now I'm giving it to this guy just to come out of the car and let's have some fun. So I looked at him. I'm like, you don't understand, Yadi. Like for you, all your life has been baseball. Since you were 16, 17, you were drafted. So you don't understand what I'm feeling right now next to you.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how or what can compare to you what I'm doing right here with you right now. And I looked at him, and I had to stop, and he just put his hand on my shoulder, like he said, he's a pinche polo, like stop it. And I looked, and he kind of like wiped one, and I just had to stop. And all right, enough of this nonsense. Let's go, Yadi. Come on, you're Yadi. And that's what like
so sweet.
like not so much about that moment, but about my journey and the respect that I have earned from one of the greatest catchers of all time and one of the greatest Cardinals of all time, and for him to ask me for a favor to ride him home, to ride him home.
Yeah, what's a moment?
Yeah, dude, that's one of those career moments you put it in your heart.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Because you know what your journey was like. So
I have a
really
career
cool,
moment
man.
coming up right now. I gotta get shot.
You might see me shed a tear right here.
All right. So I lost the Pick'em Challenge this week, and we did beat the Fast Lane. Thank God.
Yeah.
Our first win of the season. Fast Lane up 3-1. I was in last place. The Cardinals. I'm sorry, the Seahawks. Damn it. Seahawks won last night.
They have feathers.
Lern picked the Seahawks. We were tied going to the Monday night game, so I'm facing the consequences.
Okay, aquí viene Rizz caminando alrededor de la mesa.
Rizzuto culo.
Mueve una silla, mueve la otra. El hombre se está quitando los pantalones. Pantalones down, hey. Pantalones down. Pantalones down. Pantalones down.
Hey, where's your hip?
Hey, no, wait.
Look at this.
Pantalones down.
Not pantalones.
But yes, at least half.
No.
Half.
Hey, can you move your
Is my butt too big? All right, Rizz está...
Stick it out more.
Espérate. Wait a second. Rizz está agarrado en contra de la ventana. ¡Viene el disparo! ¡Le dio en el culo!
No countdown.
¡Culo!
No countdown.
¡Wow! ¡Qué tiro! La señora Lern le acaba de dar un balazo en el culo a Rizzuto.
Down.
That's for last week.
With a surprise.
Damn it.
Wow.
He got
How did
really
that
hit
feel?
last week.
She's vicious.
Holy
He got
cow.
so frustrated last week that he grabbed the gun.
Well,
and
the
he shot
gun
me
was
in the hip.
misfiring, and they shot it upside down and shot our gal.
Wow.
Where'd she get you?
You okay?
She got me almost in the Death Star.
All right.
Nice.
Well done.
All right, we got to
I
take
like
one
it.
final break. We'll come back and we'll wrap her up. Polo's here.
Hey.
5-7.
Is it for us? Donnie Fandango is next. I want to thank our buddy, Mr. Polo Asensio.
Gracias a ustedes. Always a pleasure. And always thank you to every single Rizz Show fan that on the streets, just yesterday at Walmart, hey, you're Polo. I love it on the Rizz Show. So thank you so much to everybody. And thank you guys, of course. And I love you. And you know where to find me. And if not, I'll be here in January for winter warm-up. And then next season, because it's time to fly, baby.
Yeah. We love you, Polo.
Love you too.
Have a great off season.
I will.
And you always have a chair here.
Well,
you're not a guest.
I'm actually standing.
Well,
right
now you're standing, but you did have a chair.
Not the
before.
Pick'em Challenge, but here. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
And we love you, buddy. Have a good couple months off.
I will.
And
I'm never off though. My brain is always working.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some work for a Golden Boy promotion boxing.
Oh, with Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya, and I'm gonna do some stuff with the baseball playoffs down in LA. So as long as the Dodgers keep playing, I'm gonna keep on working. Not on the air though, but I'll be around.
And you're going to hop into the stall with Rafe for the #2 show?
Yeah, later today.
And also, bulk about it. We're back now that the YouTube page is back.
Yeah.
So Brooke and I, we're going to record our perhaps last one for this season. So stay tuned because there's a lot of polo to go around. And again, thank you, all of you.
Too much polo, I'll be honest.
What?
What? No.
National Boyfriend Day.
Never.
Boyfriend of the show.
We have to go and we're going to go to lunch and we're going to make out. And then she goes back to her
Tim
house.
know?
About Moon, yeah.
All right.
Does Tim know?
Tim knows. He's cool with it.
What's on the blog?
We covered a ton today. It's on the podcast on the blog, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. We played New Show Who Dis. We learned a lot about
Who Dis.
I love that.
the show. Also, crap on celebrity sports. Next time you read a food nutrition label, pour one out for Berkey Belzer. That guy passed away. He invented the energy thing on your water heater and the nutrition label that's on your food. A local woman was charged after driving for miles on the highway with her husband on the hood. You got to check out that story. And should phones be banned in classrooms? There is a particular country that's doing it, and we might follow suit.
Yep.
We'll see.
You never know.
1057thepoint.com/Rizz. Today, the podcast title is No Pantalones Down.
Scott, tomorrow prepare a matchup with Moon.
Oh,
Tomorrow
sweet.
matchup with Moon, Wednesday edition.
Wow.
All right. That's it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Anything else? Quickly.
Happy anniversary to my wife.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
And me. Thank you.
Sit to
thank
the
you.
moons.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Imperial, Missouri, Evan Needers is our Team Rizz Member of the Day.
Yeah, Evan.
Evan wants to hear this song. Here it is, and we will see you tomorrow. Done it.